what is going to happen when me and Candace finally, we say, all right, enough, and we start tearing each other's clothes off, and we're both transgender? She's a transgender man, I'm a transgender woman.
You don't get to ask those questions. What's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you so scared?
Giant robot mecha or Godzilla blowing up Israel with flames shooting out of my eyes, shooting out of my mouth. Look at this. Look at that. Okay. Ugh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a wonderful night tonight. Merry Christmas to everyone in the chat. It is the 22nd of December. I really hope you guys are enjoying this. Apparently, this was giving Vintage and Richard autism or rage-induced hormonal shifts or something. But I hope this voice is really good for you guys. Or should I say boys? Really good for you boys in the chat right now, okay? But yeah. So tonight's episode's going to be a little bit different. We have, of course, fun stuff with the PFC Kern to talk about. That should be very entertaining. But in the spirit of giving, I'm a very giving person, of course. Tonight, we are going to be giving away to you guys because you guys have been so generous throughout the year. It is the Christmas time. So for people who need a little bit of extra throughout the holidays, whether it's for travel, bills, presents, whatever it might be, I'm going to be giving away $500 tonight $500 total. Sorry. So there's 5 different people. All you have to do is just send me an email, focustrip@gmail.com, and I will get you entered. You can tell me a little bit. You can write a sob story if you want, and I will just select 5 of them and get in contact with you guys and get you each $100. So, yeah, just to try and give back to you guys because you guys have been so generous. Speaking of
let's can it with the voice, okay? And we do have Vintage and Richard. How's your guys' night going?
I swear to God, the more you use that, the more I'm going to use a pillow to execute you. But hi, everyone. Hi. How's it going? Fuck. That is grating.
Seething in the background, like, grating. Kill me.
Yeah.
See, that's the beautiful thing about these voices, Vintage, is that I don't hear them. So it's purely for everybody else's enjoyment. Yeah. Mr. Suds, Mr. Carpet Cleaner says, call me a dirty boy and tell me to clean my guns, John. Well, that's going to cost a little bit, okay? You think this is a charity organization here, right? What time of year do you think it is? Huh? Well, Vintage, you got any crazy Christmas plans?
what are my Christmas plans? To hang out with the old lady's parents. That's my crazy Christmas plans. Is just hanging out with the in-laws, basically. So they're fun though. We go shooting.
Well, I mean,
It'd be fun.
depending on your in-laws. Yeah, depending on your
Well,
in-laws.
yeah, he likes to shoot,
I'll be-
so it's all good.
Good. Well, actually, I do want to shout out somebody in the chat. I saw that, was it Blackheart Defense who's having his second child right now? They're in the hospital waiting for their second child. So Godspeed to you and your wife. I know that you're putting in all the hard work on that hospital chair, hospital couch. You're the real warrior in there, and nobody's going to thank you for it, but I will. Okay, I've been there. I have 3 kids myself, and listen, you're the hardest worker in the room at all times. Okay, bro. So just hold out, sir. You'll get through it. I promise you that.
Make sure you bring in a PS5 and hook it up to the hospital TV while she's watching TV, like mid her show when she's watching ER, Grey's Anatomy. Plug that bitch in. Play yourself some Battlefield 6. She will really appreciate that. I know it.
She'll be like, help. And then you'll be like, just a second. I'm almost done. It's almost over. It'll be great. I mean, it's the same thing as like, you're doing great. Yeah. You're like yelling slurs at your teammates. And then you turn over to your wife. You're like, you're doing great. You're doing great, hon.
Yeah, good job.
You're doing so good.
Try harder.
so
Put your
proud of
back
you,
into it.
honey. Could you hurry this up before my next match? All right. But no, well, I don't know if you guys are into sushi at all, but the title of this story is really all you need to know. Arizona sushi chain, which Arizona and sushi, to me, that just doesn't go hand in hand. All right. Anywhere in the Midwest, gas station sushi, it's like it's just a little sketchy.
Here in Arizona, we have some hard hitters. Okay. We really do. Actually, I feel like with all the California people, they moved in and they started sushi businesses, and they're like kind of good, actually.
Right, but you got to wonder how fresh the fish is in the middle of a desert, right?
I don't know. I don't eat sushi, so I don't like seafood.
I mean, I guess
Me
that
neither.
works out
Me
all right
neither.
then.
Well, Richard, as a Florida man, you probably love seafood, don't you?
Indeed.
Don't you, you dirty, disgusting Florida man? Ugh,
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I actually worked at a fish market. I was a fishmonger for quite some time. Drove forklifts, loaded trucks. I did all of it. Shipped it all.
Hell yeah, Hoss.
Hell yeah. But no, so this sushi was holding more than raw fish. They were holding raw illegal immigrants in stash houses, apparently. So it's just a funny little story. Let's see if my internet holds out. I might need to turn off my...
Investigates. The owner and 2 managers of a local sushi chain have been arrested. They're accused of hiring dozens of undocumented immigrants, keeping them in crammed houses and underpaying them.
Arizona's Family Investigates found local police.
Now,
Base?
sushi's already like a little gross, it's like it's raw fish. Now,
Yeah.
imagine that raw fish is being prepared by undocumented, underpaid, illegal immigrants forced to like live in a shed, which is just really funny to think about. Like we have, Nike and Apple, and they use, slave labor in China. Okay, but that's over there. It's different having the slaves in your backyard, I feel like. And plus, it's food, so it's just a little bit more gross.
Yeah.
Police departments were alerted, yet this continued for years. Amy Cutler live with us now. So the question is, how was this able to happen?
I know there are so many questions. This was an extensive investigation. According to court documents, this involved several dozen illegal immigrants that were kept in 4 stash houses across the East Valley. Now, court documents show Tempe and Gilbert police were both called on this, but nothing changed. A neighbor surveillance camera captures agents preparing to raid a home in Tempe. According to court documents, the home near Elliott and Rural Road was considered a stash house, where about 10 illegal immigrants stayed. Investigators say they were...
Even the stashed illegal immigrants have
Bro,
a nice
this is
house
my
to me.
area. This is my area, dude. Fuck.
Well, wait.
Oh boy.
You don't happen to be in the restaurant business, do you?
No, I don't. Thankfully, I don't eat seafood. Also, thankfully, although there was a couple Mexican restaurants that trafficked their employees. Not kidding, they got raided. A place that we used to go to.
Yeah, I mean, there's 40 million of them here, so we got to do something with them, I guess.
What is
transported using white vans.
What is it with
ahead.
Asian restaurants and illicit activities? There was one busted in my old area of Florida that was slipping and methamphetamine into the food. It was making it more addictive.
Wait, say again?
Like there was a Chinese restaurant in Florida that was slipping methamphetamine into the food, and it was making it more addictive. Like 3 people had a heart attack.
Fuck.
Okay. That sounds like that would do it, you know? It's like, what was that other one throughout the summer? That Panera Bread where they were selling their
what was
like
it? The
tea?
lemonade. The lemonade.
Yeah, the lemonade.
It was
and
like
they didn't
juice.
realize that.
It was like an energy drink, and they didn't put it on the one girl died from a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
you think like, oh, that's silly, that's funny, but one of the large drinks had 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is like a
Yeah.
full on like top tier energy drink. So if
That's
you're an
more
old
like
lady,
than a
and you're like,
Reign.
wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, like this Bang that I have right here, this probably has 300, right? So it's like top tier. But if you're just an old lady and you're like drinking the lemonade out of a fountain, you know, you're 3 lemonades deep, and you're like, oh wow, this tastes great. It's really good. Probably not healthy for me, but you didn't realize that you just had a lethal dose of caffeine for your age,
Yeah.
right?
Bang, putting the focus in Focus Trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To and from Sakura Sushi Phoenix, where they worked every day, 7 days a week with no days off.
They had a white van, and they would leave at 9 a.m. and come back at 9 p.m.-ish, right around dark, with a van full of guys. They'd all walk in like this, just looking down, no eye contact.
Brandy Foreman, who lives right next door to
Like they're running a jail out of there. They're all cuffed together, all linked together, shuffling in and out.
It's Seacot.
Don't look around.
It's Seacot
How
sushi.
is
Mm.
she so pale?
Yeah, rare phenotype. It's a
I
goblino.
didn't know Lena
that
Mitchell
home
lived in
knew
Arizona.
something was off.
I was super uncomfortable with just the amount of guys and how nervous they looked.
They were
She looks
very
like a Hogwarts
self-conscious.
professor.
If you looked at them, they'd turn their
So
back.
does he.
Gary Gallagher, who lives in
Yeah, hold the warts. Just a hog.
Mesa near Southern and Gilbert Road, tells a similar story.
But you would never see them outside.
His home is across the street from another so-called stash house.
The person that was buying it looked like a Chinese man and woman, but when they moved in, they didn't.
According to the complaint, those housed here helped run the restaurant in Mesa. In all, there were 4 restaurants and 4 stash houses, all of them raided by federal agents last week. Now, one of the owners and 2 of the restaurant's managers have
You stay in my house. You cook sushi for us, okay? You do it for free, okay? Or else we turn
Why
you
does
into
this bitch
ice. You
sound
hear
like she's
me?
from Wisconsin?
You hear me, man? Wisconsin? I don't know. Maybe she just likes
sounds like
cheese.
she's from
Maybe
Wisconsin.
she just identified.
She said Tempe
Canadian or something.
earlier.
She's not from here.
There were 4 restaurants and 4 stash houses, all of them raided by federal agents last week. Now, one of the owners and 2 of the restaurant's managers have been charged. The complaint notes one of the owners, Young Lao, was born in China and has been a naturalized U.S. citizen for more than a decade.
Bro, he got tired of messing with the Uyghurs up in China, and he's like, you know what? I can make Mexican slaves too. So let's do it.
Agents going undercover at that Phoenix restaurant, noticing Chinese employees directed tasks and work of the employees of Hispanic ethnicity.
All right. I just gotta say, people get upset at white people for being racist. You know, racist white people or something like that. But Chinese people, dude.
Oh,
that's
it's
another
not
level.
even.
That's
It's not even
institutionalized
close,
racism,
bro.
right? That's elite
It's
tier,
not
dude.
even close.
Elite tier racism.
Cue the laundry detergent ad.
And the Hispanic employees had limited interactions with customers.
It was pretty standard.
We had this former ICE agent review the complaint. He asked that we not share his name.
It is bigger than your usual cases involving worksite enforcement.
It appears ICE began investigating back in March, but court documents show neighbors called Tempe police with concerns back in 2023 and 2024. Tempe police said their patrol squad attempted to gain intel, but were not able to establish any probable cause. Gilbert police were also alerted in May of last year. They told Arizona's Family Investigates what was reported was not criminal activity, and there was no mention of immigration. Neighbors of these houses, thankful action was taken.
I was thinking, finally, someone's doing something about this, because I definitely was concerned.
Now, was she
Thank you,
concerned
Professor McGonagall.
Yeah. Was she concerned that Mexicans were making sushi? Because that's the most concerning thing. Or was she concerned about the whole slave labor aspect of it? Because I'm not sure which one I'm more disturbed by. Hispanic people making sushi, or the whole like Chinese slave gangs being held through this operation. Like if they had 4 different restaurants and 4 different stash. It was really gross.
They
honestly,
looked
probably
like they
enhanced
were
the flavor.
doing car maintenance throughout the day, and they made my sushi.
Maybe she's really upset because she went over and asked them to do her lawn and they wouldn't do it.
There's like
They were
black
like,
stains
no,
on
the
the like
Chinese-
what was the rice cakes? There's like black like motor oil little stains on the fucking rice cakes.
Yeah, no, that's what a weird think about being that Hispanic family or whatnot. You get, I don't know how this happens in the first place, but you somehow get in contact with this Chinese business owner who owns these sushi joints, and he's like, yeah, you'll stay in this house and you'll work the sushi for me, and you'll never leave, you'll never get out, and if you cross a line or whatnot, then you get reported to ICE or something like that. Like, is being a slave in America really better than being in Mexico? I don't know.
Probably.
Is this the life that you
factor
wanted?
in the cartels and all that other nonsense? Maybe.
I just want to know if this counts as fusion cuisine. It's Chinese people with a Japanese restaurant and Mexicans cooking it.
Yeah.
That's fusion cuisine.
Yeah,
right?
Sounds like an abomination, bro.
Yeah, it sounds like
Disgusting.
Mexicans with a real samurai.
Yeah, they were the real samurais all along.
Yeah.
We was ninjas. and
Well, the
shit.
real. Oh shoot! No, stop it. Sorry. Auto played. Well, Vintage, have you been paying attention to this? No, I know. It started playing in my head, and I was like, "Where's that audio coming from?"
Have I been paying attention to what?
No, but paying attention to this, the private first class Kern. Sorry, it's still loading. All right, relax. All right, Vintage. Now, originally, people were saying this was you. Okay, and I was like, no, it's definitely not Vintage. Different face shapes, not the same. All right.
Mm-mm.
But this is private first class Kern. He has a big Instagram and TikTok following. Now his photos are just so funny, dude. I feel like this is like if it'll load. Come on, please load. Let me refresh.
Bro,
it.
the
Again, I'm
JD
sorry.
Vance
I'm
teams
sorry
look a
for
little
the
bit
internet.
better.
It's this one right here, dude. It's just that smirk.
Wow.
He's ready to eat everything in sight, dude. This one is my terrifying. All right, this is the last thing a PLA soldier sees before getting eaten in the woods of Appalachia.
Literally, though. This goes both ways. Either this is the most terrifying, serious thing ever if you're a Chinese guy, or it's like the funniest thing ever if you've been in the army for more than fucking 2 years. Yeah.
Vintage. Can we do the pose? Do the pose.
Oh,
Which
his
pose?
pose?
Yeah.
Do his? All right.
Yeah. I need a side by side.
Actually, here, let me. It's the right button.
That was actually pretty close.
He's got the there we go.
And the half lip. Almost like a half lip bite. Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful.
Thank you, sir. I needed that.
Well, as long as we're responding to those allegations, but he's it's so silly and it's so drama filled, and I love every minute of it. So he's a it's a wild ride, all right. But he's been accused of a couple different things, little no-nos here and there. He's done some silly things, but it seems like, to me anyways, from the outside, because I'm just a nothing nobody, never served, nothing like that. So good on him for doing that. But it seems like he's trying to use his position as like this
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the right word? Like trying to be like a positive influence / role model, and then turning that into internet fame and being an e-boy. And
He's
just,
trying to make money
it's
on
weird.
it, if I remember correctly. I am archiving things
That
because he
too.
is
Yes.
he is going to be a video on my main channel.
Good.
Yeah,
It should give you lots
by
of,
the way,
positive
in my
ammo.
defense, I think he looks closer. Okay, if you looked at like general face structure, I'm not talking about the roundness. Okay, he looks closer to Trenchy a little bit. A little bit closer with Trench than me. Okay.
Vintage and Trench's love child.
Literally, yeah. If me and Trench had fucked and had a baby, and we fed that baby Twinkies as an infant until now, when he's probably like what, 19, 20, 21, that would be the end result is this kid.
Somebody get on that AI mashup now.
He also looks like every Midwestern guy that I've ever kicked out of the army. Like, actually. Identical.
As I just killed myself. He's got that phenotype. He's got that look to him. All right, here we go.
He's 30.
Have a North Carolina National Guard. Have another great day, North Carolina National Guard. Have another great day, North Carolina National Guard. As always.
Oh, yeah.
Some people on the internet are saying that Sam Kearns is the brightest future of the U.S. Army and the National.
No, I gotta go back, dude. That face is terrifying, bro. Every time I see that face, not this one, not this one, Nikki. I appreciate your work. You did good work, Nikki.
Brother,
But
that's if you're a
time I
Chinese
see this
guy,
face, I'm just like,
dude. If you're a Chinese guy, this is
this
actually a
face
horror
people.
movie. This is a horror movie. But if you're like any NCO in the army, you're like, I want to ruin this kid. Like, just an off rip. You're like, all right.
The kid
This
from
guy.
Deliverance grew up.
they have what the Asians would call big face.
What's
Yeah.
that book where like the small guy shoots the big retard in the forest somewhere? You know what I'm
Mice
talking
and
about?
Men?
Mice and Men. Yeah, that's how I picture the guy that
Mice
gets
and Men?
shot at the end. Yeah. That's him. That's men
Yes,
that get shot by
actually.
mice.
National Guard of North
Oh.
Carolina. However, some people have flipped the script on that. There are a lot of reasons for this. Today, I want to walk you guys
Lenny.
through the origin story of how.
Now that
He's Lenny.
that right there, my friends, that is Amish hillbilly, Mr. Appalachia right there.
Is that a
Johnny
Marquette
Appleseed's great
snapback?
grandson.
Yeah, there's
It's-
there's a term for that. I believe they call it was it light skin? There's some mix there.
Light skin. Yeah, it's got that light skin stare.
Bro, the
How this
fucking
viral.
dude, he
Look
cut
at
with
this man. Though.
scissors.
This is how he joined. Yes, this is what he looked like when he joined. Like this is his OG face.
How? What did he look like after base? Oh, we saw the picture.
He looked a little
How?
better, but
No.
what are the standards for reserves? Are the standards for reserves really that bad?
You still, you would
That
still
low, I
look
should say.
like you would still look like a Auschwitz survivor after basic, if done at the right spot. Like, that's kind of nuts. I
Well,
mean,
'cause
I've
if
I've
you're-
met my fair share of like fucked up people in the reserves, but I don't know. This is a little. I mean, I don't know. I've seen a couple of weird National Guard guys, so maybe I could be wrong, but
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're like overweight like significantly overweight, which this guy would be, and you're in basic, like they put you on like a special program.
Oh, you don't leave
Right?
until
Like,
you
you're
like.
not-
At least when I went through basic, like you go to fat camp until you're like
Yeah.
good, you know, like
until you're not that anymore.
until you're not fat anymore. Yeah.
Have you seen that meme where it's like there's just water in a playground and then the's slats, right? And until you can fit through the slats, you can leave.
Kind of. I
That's
mean,
all it is.
honestly, and they'll recycle people over that shit, or at least they used to. I don't know about now, but when it comes to the National Guard or the reserve component, depending on your MOS, like, yeah, you may not have the
Although-
same standards, but if you want to get promoted, you have to meet the standards. So,
Mhm. Well, that's
Unless
another
it's
thing too. When you've passed all this stuff, like we've
Mhm.
seen some absolute hosses get deployed to like Chicago and some of these other places. You see them
Yeah.
jumping off the
Did you-
truck
did
and
you
they're
see-
like,
yeah, you know, they
at
sent
least
all those
400
guys back,
pounds.
right? You know, they sent all the
They
people in
should,
that
yeah.
picture
But-
back, right? Okay, good. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah,
picture.
but
and,
they absolutely should for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
big hosses got sent back immediately after that photo op.
Young vintage warfare. That's mean. That's mean.
Actually, if you looked at a younger picture of me, I am not like I'm 30, almost 32 right now. At 27, I was like, no, dude, no. I look like an
Military
Auschwitz survivor
pictures
after
of you
basic.
that yeah, you look much thinner than this.
Yeah.
You look like in very good shape from the pictures that I've seen when you were in the military.
Yeah, fucking leave me alone. I did my time.
No, okay, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter now.
Uh-oh.
TikTok military superstar celebrity has essentially had the greatest rise and fall of the century. Only earlier this year, you could have seen comments such as this one where it says PFC Kearns is what the Army needs. It's funny, but he's motivated. 0311 here, infantry. PFC Kearns, why don't you apply to Ranger selection or whatever the Army calls it? However, if you look today on the comments, you can easily find comments appearing like this: deployment dodger, as claims have come up about that. For example, also you saw being physically fit makes every other component easier. Well said. Now comments are appearing such as Mason's, which says, Kearns, when are you going to talk about the creepy comments on female influencers pages?
Poor man got in the military and fell for some like Luhan-esque e-girl traps. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Boy.
Makes you look bad.
Believing memes like this, and Kearns, when are you going to let me crack? Being funny. Even people asking him to get out of the uniform when he posts, such as this guy that says, Jesus, get out of the uniform when you make a post with 315 likes. And even when he noted that he was on profile and not able to actually do Army functions, someone says, nobody's surprised your wide body's on profile. And someone below that says, yeah, that's not why you were going.
Okay, so profile and AFT, that's where you have some sort of, well, when you're
So
on profile, it's like you have some
profile's,
sort of medical issue.
Yeah, so profile is if you have an issue that gets you out of like physical training or light duty or whatever. So if let's just say, okay, I sprained my knee, I sprained my little footsie, okay, and I need to get out of PT so I can heal for a week. You go to your, medic or whatever your doc, whoever your doc is. They write you a profile, and your unit has to honor it. So it says I'm on 7 days profile, means I don't have to do PT. Depending on the nature of the profile, it might be like, okay, I lost my arm. Well, then maybe you're on permanent profile. That's a little hyperbole, but there's different levels of it. From my understanding, this guy likes to tell soldiers how to stay on profile and stuff like that. Kind of writing, purposely writing the bench, so to speak. And that's called malingering in the Army. But
It's looked down upon, right? This sort of behavior is like your buddies look down on you for this. Everybody else in your unit
well,
or
everyone thinks
people
you're a
around you
fucking
don't.
homo. Yeah, if everyone knows
Yeah.
you're faking it, yeah, you're a homo. But
Well, isn't that also a punishable offense? Like
it is. It's malingering.
After so long,
if
doesn't it become a
it's
crime?
provable, yeah. If you can prove, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on
Well, I mean,
profile
like-
for processed sugar addiction. Yeah.
If he's giving tutorials on how to do it online, then think that might be a way to
So
that's-
there is a whole community of former soldiers, and all of them are black women that do the same thing. By the way, nobody ever talks about them, but
I have seen those
they're like,
videos.
"Hey, look, y'all, look, you know how crazy and easy it is to get out of the army. Look, fail your PT test 3 times, and just they'll put you through fat camp, maybe." You know, that kind of, look it up. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. Should actually be its own video.
That
But
should,
yes, but that-
that's awesome. I'm so glad that my tax dollars go to that thing. That's wonderful.
Yeah. That's been going on for like 10 years. I've been watching that for like
Going to fail the
10
AFT.
fucking years.
And lastly, in regard to deployment dodging and being kicked off of ADOS orders, this person said, "Okay, guys, ran money." Social media
It's lagging out, John.
And the first
Robotic.
deployment dodger, army cosplayer, fake profile.
They got him.
I only have so much internet here.
Send it to me. I'll
Here?
play it.
Am I good? What's up?
Can hear you better.
Are you kidding me? Hello.
Hello,
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
hello.
you're back.
All right, there
Gosh
you go.
dang it. All right. I'm dropping the link. All right. We are at the 1 minute 45 second mark. Richard. Oh, that's the wrong one. Shoot.
Oh, not that
Well,
one.
that's fine too. Like this. Boom.
Okay.
That one there will just send me an email. All right. For this. Fine. Whatever.
You said 145.
My apologies. My internet is 145. Yeah.
All right.
My internet is as good as it can be
My
here, unfortunately.
connection.
Next week it will be better. Yeah, George Droid struck again. Tragic.
PSYOP ran out of money.
It's
The Kearns program.
like the opposite
Hell
of
yeah.
Luhan. It's like
So
Luhan
it's
makes
fun.
you want to die
And
for
this person
Israel. This
below that
guy
says
makes you want to
deployment
like go on a walk.
Well, the difference is like Luhan is attractive to a good portion of young men, so it'll always work. This guy is just a fat retard in the National Guard.
Yeah. All right, but press play, Richard.
Dodger army cosplayer faked a profile to get out of deployment. Yet you go to hibachi restaurants every day in uniform. Go to active duty, fix yourself if you want to wear the uniform. I want to be clear. I did add all the sources from Sam Kearns. This is all publicly posted from him. Secondly, or from people that have been his leadership that have allegedly leaked these text messages, and for some of the allegations such as trying not to deploy, selling gear, OnlyFans girls, all this other stuff, because it gets insane. I also want to tell you, I did reach out to Sam Kearns.
Aw.
Here's a screen.
Okay, wait.
Screenshot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right,
so it's he essentially gets on profile on purpose, continues to make videos doing things, making money, explicitly saying that they need to be over a minute so he can make money off of them on TikTok.
Which is illegal, by the
obviously
way.
He's not
in
going to
uniform.
deploy.
You can't do that. in uniform.
Yes. He gets called out by another guy in this video. So yeah, big no. Don't do that. Using your uniform to make money. Something about conflict of interest, ethics violations, and whatnot. All that sort of fun stuff. But yeah, again, as somebody who's never served, never had any interest in serving, deployment dodging though seems to be another one of those things that's looked down upon by the military community.
It depends on what's going on, right? So, like, here's context. So, your unit's slated for deployment and you're having a kid. Okay. Is there somebody who can take my spot on deployment because I want to be here for whatever, right? That's an instance where a lot of people are like, all right, yeah, understandable. But there is, this is the reason that there's a big problem with females in the military a lot of the time, where they'll get pregnant before a deployment. Right. Like, so if they know our unit's on like rotation, or they know that we're slated next, like chicks get pregnant before so they can get out of it. There's a lot of dudes who will fake injuries to get out of deployments. I mean, yeah, it's gay if you're like, I don't know, if you act the bit, right? If you're somebody who doesn't care and you try to get out of a deployment, then that's one thing. I guess people might be annoyed with you, but if you're somebody who acts tough, and this kid is one that like does that, like, I'm cool army guy or whatever.
Well,
and
he
you dodge
pretends
deployments.
to be motivational, to be inspirational. Look how much weight I've lost.
Yeah.
I'm a badass. I did this, whatever, right? And then it's like, well, actually, I don't want to deploy. I want to sit at home and make TikTok videos in my military uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think he's
All right,
on the
well, Richard-
spectrum, maybe, the more I look
From
at him.
June, where essentially before any of this happened, I thought it'd be a
what
cool
gave it
idea
away?
to visit him in person and do an interview, which he never responded. He has responded since he found out I was making this video, and he is still refused not to. And we'll talk more about that later in the video.
That's good, y'all. Dan decided I'd show you my tactical drip. So let me show it to you. First of all, I got my level 3A bulletproof vest on. This was up to a 44 Magnum.
Pause it real
Pretty
fast.
nice.
Pause it real fast.
Yeah.
Richard, the hair, the long hair, is that kosher in National Guard?
I don't think he's in the National Guard at this point in time. He can't.
Oh, maybe not at this point. Okay, yeah, roll it.
It's
Come
the
on.
Marpat snapback for me, if that is a snapback, which is
Team
nuts.
tops on with my Carolina flags. Represent
Yo,
my
that's
state.
easy Prince right
I wanted to
wing.
point this out because everybody thinks he cosplays.
That's good.
That is too true.
Was in the Army National Guard uniform. However, if you look back at his history, this footage shows exactly what he's intended to do even before he was even in the National Guard. And looking at his approach to using different
Kicked out of Chechnya, yeah. Killed too many people. Keep it going, Richard.
uniforms or outfits in order to attract attention seems to be his ploy on social media. Now, I will never question anybody on their religious beliefs. However, looking at Sam Kearns, he uses a cell phone, he's joined the military, and he apparently is claiming to have some Amish heritage. Check these clips out.
What's good, y'all? Today I'm going to talk more about Amish clothes, and today I'm going to talk about your hat. Now, this is probably one of the more noticeable things about Amish clothes is your hat. Hats are traditionally made by people in the home. This one is handmade, much like everything else I wear. This is handmade.
Next to that,
Bro looks like a fucking Cro-Magnon. And
bro stepped out of 45,000 BC, stepped right into TikTok.
He looks like what black people call Caucasians. Like this is the Caucasian like Afrocentrists envision.
Oh no, this is like the Muslim inbred on the actual steps.
Go back to the Caucasus, white man. This is who's in their head.
Yeah, this is what Islam Makhachev's cousin looks like. This is Islam Makhachev's like overweight cousin. That's exactly what this is.
I've never seen Amish stolen valor before. This is nuts.
Well, I mean, the hat doesn't look homemade. None of his clothes look homemade because he just said everything I wear is homemade. And I'm like,
country girl boutique store.
Now you're just lying. Now you're just lying to me, man.
They sell it.
It looks like
they sell army.
It looks like you woke
Amish
up in God.
clothes. Like you can go and buy them from the farmers markets stuff when the little Amish communities when they set up their little fairs and stuff.
He looks like he got stung in the face by 100 more bees than my head.
Yeah, Kebab Magomedov. True. Yeah. Yeah.
The Fat Vance meme. But if it was done to vintage, that's this dude.
Yes, but real. Not
like
don't even
real,
need AI for it.
Yeah,
It's just this guy.
Like make it as big as you can. Cholesterol maxing in the chat.
Now, it should be noted that he has several videos talking about this, but Sam Kearns has actually been born in the year 2000, which I've gathered from other contextualized videos about this, which would mean he was older than 18, not like he was leaving the Amish community during this. And this is also interesting because if you're Amish, Mennonite, things like that, they typically do not let people join the military. So this is a very weird perspective to have. So I bring this up not to attack somebody's religious beliefs, but I believe, based on the history, that we're seeing somebody that identified because they grew some kind of facial hair very similar to the Amish, however, conformed to none of the actual practices, and somehow thought this was how social media could gain some traction.
This is such a nice plate carrier. And y'all, I highly recommend you go out and get you an A-stick. What I'm wearing right now is their full 5.56
All right,
loadout.
here. Stop it. Stop it.
I thought he had a
I
gold
hate
tooth there
this.
for a minute. Never mind.
Well, he's working on it. He's working on selling out for it. But
I was
no,
really
I hate
hoping
this
he was
sort of
Wigger
thing.
maxing, dude. Fuck.
Where it's like
Redeemable.
you get a little bit of a following, and the first company that's like, hey, I want to send you something, and then you're just like, it barely fits you, right? You're not even wearing it correctly, and you're like, listen, guys, I recommend this as a life-saving utility because it's cheap. So if you're in the military, like me, or law enforcement officer, definitely pick yourself up one. Use code KERNS PFC to save yourself 10%. Hoorah!
PFC. Fucking a literal nobody. Why would anyone like if I'm thinking from like a company perspective, like, hey, you know what we should do? We should sponsor this private first class. For fucking what? Is he a power lifter in the army?
Yeah,
like,
but these guys are retards, right? So he's obviously like not the brightest book out
yeah.
there, but the marketing guys are like, but not big number on social media following. But this guy has
I know.
100,000 followers on TikTok, right? And they're like, number big, send product. Get him to read
They should be
lines.
sponsoring Ukrainian and Russian soldiers. I think that'd be a better idea.
Dude, get an in-person. Dude, there's probably a funny skit you could do with that, like using real Russian footage or
It's
real
actually
Ukrainian
such a
footage.
good-
And
that
then,
might be a
and
good
then-
skit idea.
No. So use real combat footage, and then put yourself in like wearing it really badly, pretending that you're those guys in combat with a really terrible Russian accent, describing how good the plate carrier worked out for you or whatever it happens to be. I think that's a proverbial gold mine.
It is steel. It repel drone or whatever.
You insert footage of somebody just getting absolutely toasted
Absolutely
by a
ass
drone, and you're
blasted
like,
by an FPV. Yeah.
yeah. See how it protects the soldier from drone. Very effective. Much recommend.
Can you imagine?
No,
Dude, no,
that's
that's
just
somebody in
nothing but a
chat
torso
brought up a
image.
good one. Sponsor individual like drone companies sponsoring
yeah.
soldiers in the field with like Instagram followings.
Like
Like DJI
with a
sponsoring
little, like,
people on both sides.
Dude. I need to get a DJI patch or something like that. That's good.
Holy fuck!
That's
You
good.
know one
All right, send it,
exists.
Highly recommend you go get that, especially if you're in the military or law enforcement, because it's cheap, it's affordable, and you don't just get just a boring old plate carrier.
There was a clear shift in his content when he started wearing content and immediately started getting traction. And on top of that, started getting brand deals, which has cost him a lot of controversy because people are saying essentially that how can you have just graduated boot camp and your AIT and essentially a couple drill weekends and start talking about gear reviews and what is actually good and not trying to develop basic skills as a soldier. Wait. Do you see that? I found something here on Facebook Marketplace. There's a Sam Kirk. Oh, selling a plate carrier OCP.
He takes the
that
stuff.
looks very
he takes
similar.
the stuff. Pause, Richard. He takes the stuff that he gets given for
Scav maxing.
And then sells it on Facebook Marketplace instantly. He does a
Based.
30-second TikTok and he's like, "My job here is done." Bro,
Very
he is
based.
ripe for GunTube. We need him in this space right now. You need to start a gun gear review channel right
You should
now.
invite him
sir.
on a stream.
You'll do
Honestly,
great. If he's turning down Nikki G, he's probably going to turn down me. Although I'll reach out. I'll reach out to him and be like, "Bro, I need to get you on a
Say-
I need to get you on a
make it-
podcast.
Dude, he would
We need to
believe
talk."
it. He would believe it. He would believe it if you're like, "No, dude, we love your work." He'd believe it.
Oh, yeah. That's the angle we got to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee you this guy takes the bait.
I mean,
All right, go.
I appreciate the grift.
Similar to the one he was just reviewing, telling everyone else to go buy. So not only are you inexperienced with the gear, but you're shilling it out for $1 and then going on Facebook Marketplace and then trying to sell it and make even more money. I want to make it very clear, there are soldiers and NCOs and everyone has really been trying to help Sam Kearns out. I'll play this clip here where people are even showing him kind of as a meme, but in seriousness, that they did support him, especially Tyler Buttersworth, as he's a sergeant first class and has a big following.
Hey, quick question. Who motivates you?
That's right. See, that's cute.
What's good, y'all? Specialist Kearns here, having another great day. North Carolina National Guard, as always.
From Disney and Pixar.
Can't believe this is my life.
Sergeant Roth, which we love here, which had said to him, like, hey, Sam Kearns, you might want to watch out what you're doing because we know you're making money doing this and you're obviously doing your shtick, but the North Carolina National Guard is somehow turning a blind eye against it and saying that is okay.
Hey, this message is for PFC Sam Kearns. If you know him, please send this video to him. Hey, man, look, I am so incredibly impressed by your following, your consistent motivation, and your body transformation. I hope you make specialist soon. I hope you pass that PT test soon. A couple of things, man. Number one, when you're in uniform on ADOS or representing the National Guard, you can't have monetization on. You've spoken about it many times about how you need to make videos 1 minute longer so you can get paid.
Gotta make this minute long video, y'all. So I can
He looks Mongolian.
But yeah, like I'm really happy that justice prevails.
He looks like
joint ethics
Go ahead and
regulation.
pause for a second. He looks like Richard. He looks like Matt Damon ate Matt Damon. Like it looks like there is a Matt Damon inside of Matt Damon trying to get out. Right? It's like stretch the outer Matt Damon to its limits. Yeah.
By the way, you also
Max
know whoever this guy is who's talking about him, like in his soul, I know that he feels like he's being like, because the army probably like controls him a little bit in terms of his social media, or at least he understands it. In his soul, I just know that he wants to like rip like this guy's vocal cords out of his throat. I can sense it. He's like, well, I'm really impressed by your whatever. I would be a fly if I could be a fly on a wall. If those two were to interact, actually, I would love to be there. That's all I'm going to say. Love to be there.
So
because it would not be.
Yeah, I guess it's weird. So you're an older sergeant. You've probably been in for like a decade plus, right? And you see somebody like fresh out of boot camp, on TikTok live or whatnot, shilling in their uniform, and you're like, I despise you with every fiber of my being. This new generation of whippersnappers, what are they doing?
Yeah,
play it.
I don't know. This guy is retarded enough to make the entire NCO Corps fucking hate him, though. To be absolutely fair, and I am not somebody who makes their channel about the military, but like, holy fuck, I have that like gut urge. If this kid was like in my squad, I would make his life hell on principle.
Just to wear a Wehrmacht uniform, and then do the opposite of this skit, and then like get a call from Goering, and he's like, by the way, you can't be wearing that uniform while you're on TikTok live.
The clicking of the boots. You can't wear this uniform. Yeah,
you can't make money in uniform. Everybody calls you a national treasure. Everybody loves you, stuff like that. I think I might be in the 1% minority that recognizes what it is. They're making fun of you. They claim to be your buddy. Yeah. They claim to be your friend. They claim to come get you when not for got you. They're leveraging you, man. They don't care about you. They don't probably want to actually get to know you. They probably don't actually want to spend time with you. They're probably not inviting you to their parties. And if they are, they're using you as an icon or a centerpiece. So
one of my family members was talking to me. He was like, hey, yo, I bet you're just lethal warrior there. And I was like, I don't mean to brag, bro, but I'm a 12 Bravo. I bet I do pretty well in altercation with someone. It was like, hey, yo, they teach you how to like fight with knives and stuff.
I'm pretty sure that he's got retard strength, bro.
He probably does.
Straight up retard strength. He could He could probably like rip your arm off without even thinking about it with a slow southern drawl.
He's got that like
Mm.
corn. He's got that corn-fed retard stare, and maybe there again, like I said earlier, either this is like a horror movie for a PLA soldier, or this is like the biggest joke in the United States military, right? Yeah, I don't know
Well,
that
it's like,
guy
I
who
don't know,
just
I'm
spoke
assuming this
about him.
guy's
By the
tall.
way,
I'm assuming he's tall.
that
Yeah, look at the
cabinet's
cabinet
pretty
in the
tall. I
background.
know this. I know that style of cabinet. He is probably pretty tall. He's probably about 6'2".
Well,
something
because
like that.
if he was like 5'6", then this would be pathetic. But in all the pictures and videos, like I just for whatever reason I think he's tall, like 6'2",
Nah,
6'3",
he's probably
6'4",
a
something
big
like
boy.
that.
He's probably like D lineman size, probably. To be
Yeah.
honest with you,
And so like putting him up to the average like 155-pound PLA soldier is like a mismatch from hell. And it doesn't take skill, it doesn't take training. He's just gonna murder the guy.
Yeah.
All right, players.
He was like, what happens when like you're out of bullets and the enemy's coming at you? I was like, well, it's probably not going to happen, big dog, because you're in a squad element with 9 dudes. Each one of those dudes has like 200 rounds on them, plus a pistol, and grenades. So it's probably not going to happen.
Okay, Trench,
but
while you're actually pause it because I'm curious, because Trench is a sergeant right now. If you have a private, all right, who's like filming TikToks in his uniform and making money off of it while also like deployment dodging,
you should bring him on
and getting on profile. I'm just curious because he's like actually in right now, right? So I wonder what Trench thinks about this whole thing, if he's paid attention to it at all. Because that like this could be Trench's guy. You never know. This could be in Trench's unit. You never know. You never know.
It's Trench's unit.
That wasn't happen. We would honestly use this. Don't be afraid, y'all. Yes, your e-tool.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. You think that's his shovel. That is actually his spoon. Just so we're clear. That's actually his spoon. That's why it was there. Okay. It always has that in near quick access. All right. All right. That's his spoon. That's not a shovel.
That was low hanging fruit, but I'm surprised it made me laugh that hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
He's cooked. Yeah, he's cooked. Well, he's
I love
cooking a
how
little Gerber.
He's training like a World War I German soldier with spade shit right now. He saw that from what was that, the All Quiet on the Western Front remake. That's why he's saying this.
Mhm.
He saw it on Netflix.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
USA e-tool. A shovel. That is what we would use to defeat the enemies of the United States of America if we had no other means to do so. And you may look at that and be like, it's a shovel. What can it do? It can do a lot. For those that aren't non-initiated, I'm not going to tell you how to do it because I'll get in trouble for that. But for those that are initiated,
as he's filming in
that
uniform.
would do some damage. That would do some damage. That old boy will not be walking away from that altercation.
Now, what's interesting is you're going to see he does talk a lot about all the tactics and things he's learned in a short time in the National Guard. But what you'll also notice is that he actually got ADOS orders, which is active duty operational support orders, as a reservist to come on active duty. But apparently right after that, he ends up getting injured, and essentially the favoritism kind of ends. We'll talk about that.
Yo, Specialist Kearns here. Have another great day in North Carolina National Guard. As always, and day, y'all, I'm on a profile, and I'm not ashamed. All right, so a couple months ago, my knees started hurting really bad, and I was just like, ooh, I don't want to go to the doctor. They're going to put me on profile, but it got so bad I had to go to the doctor. And what they told me was I had
regular
a
guy training
20
in chat, and he says Trench is why. Regular guy training is in chat. He says Trench is why this guy passed basic. Regular guy training. Regular guy never talks in chat. Comes in just $2 to hate on Trench. That's so funny.
Kind of based. You know what's nuts? By the way, this guy, he probably like. The spade thing, if that guy were to hit you, probably with his weight and his probable height, if he hit you right here, he's probably splitting you right down to the chest. I don't know. Maybe this
Ultimate
guy
Warrior.
is America's top
Ultimate
guy.
Warrior did something. Do you remember that old Ultimate Warrior show where it would put
Uh-huh.
like, a Rangers
Deadliest
versus
Warrior.
Spetsnaz or something?
Yeah,
Deadliest Warrior.
Deadliest
That's
Warrior,
the one. Okay.
yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure they had something on the e-tool for like the Rangers or Green Berets or something like that. So like that was like their last weapon, and so they were like testing it on dummies and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. They did the same thing with the SS versus the Viet Cong. My favorite episode, by the way. The SS versus the Viet Cong.
I guess I missed that one. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
that's
that.
a good one.
That's an interesting combo right there. All right.
Matt
all right,
Versopian,
Senator Richard.
how'd that play out?
ACL
The
and
SS1.
dangling assist in my knees. So that doesn't feel great. It really affected me while I was running, doing deadlifts and stuff. And I just came to the realization that,
This
hey,
guy
I
is
can't
a
take
monster.
an AFT right now. I'm going to fail it because of how bad my knees are. So I went
So
to get a
pause it.
profile.
Pause it. So here's the thing. Like, all right, having bad knees, it's like, okay, but the fact that you have bad knees and you're only like what, 25 years old? No, he was born in 2000. So yeah, he's 25 years old, is because you're chronically overweight, good sir. And you've been overweight since you were probably 12 years old, if not earlier. All right. So this is a fixable issue. This isn't like, induced through decades of hard work or like, extreme stuff that you've done in the National Guard. This is just purely your own choices in life that have led you to this point. And I don't know how much running you were doing to begin with, sir. You're probably a monster at deadlift, right? But I don't know how much running you were doing to begin with, sir.
Deadlifting is like fat guy cope at this point.
Hey, I'm good at deadlifting. Shut up. Shut up. How dare you? Don't go after my deadlift. All right. Run it.
And it was really hard on me. Like, I've always been taught being in the combat in the West that profiles are for weak people, and you shouldn't get a profile that's a certain kind of person that does that. But I needed one, y'all, because I needed my body to heal, y'all. I needed to get better. If I took the ACFT, if I'd ran, done the sprint drag carry, done deadlift, I would have hurt my knees.
Music in the background.
Profile, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Don't be
It's
ashamed
so
to grow.
cringe. It's so cope. He's like, listen, guys, I've had this happen to me, and you guys shouldn't be ashamed either, okay? It's all right. It happens to the best of us. I couldn't do it. I would have hurt my knees if I had ran and done the drag and the deadlift. I just couldn't make it. So I had to be put on profile for it.
It's just the music while
Yeah, the
saying
music
on
really is the
profile,
cherry on the
dude.
top.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's
so
actually
it's so like
so funny.
toddler emotional manipulation, right? Dude, imagine like my 3-year-old telling me something like this, but instead they turn on like music beforehand to make it
not
seem
buy
like really
me a
sad why
guinea
they can't
pig.
clean up their toy.
You wouldn't buy me guinea
Yeah,
pig.
exactly.
My
With the-
favorite
with the soft
animal
music
is
in
a
the
bee.
background.
They make a video
Dad,
for
I
you, and then
couldn't
they're
put
like,
away
"Dad, I
my
need to
toys
watch this."
because then they'd be sad and they'd be alone, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't disappoint them, Dad. I couldn't do it. All right.
Profile, y'all. Do not be ashamed. Give your body time to heal, y'all. Do not be ashamed to be put on profile, because I'm not. I need time for my body to heal. But it did bother me because my company had a diagnostic AFT this weekend, y'all. And to watch everybody else take it, it really bothered me, y'all. It did. Because I'm a PT guy. I like doing PT. I like doing the AFT. I like that competition of, I'm going to do better than that guy. I'm going to do better than this guy. I'm going to be trailing behind that guy. But hey, I had to realize I can't do this because I'm in pain right now just watching it. Imagine me taking it. I would fail because I would just fall out in the run.
Now, what's interesting about that is PFC Kearns, Specialist Kearns, I don't know what it was at this point, had essentially then on his story, only like 2 days later, had posted him doing a ruck march, even though he was on profile and not able to do it. And on top of that, you're seeing that he was on active orders, which then, by the way, it got out that maybe he was supposed to deploy, but had not. And over at Dank Memes for Dragon Teens leaks this message where it said, hey, Kearns was going to be moved onto the deployment as an invol to fill Bradley or tank crew vacancies. Regardless, he was put in C1-120 because it was closer to his previous unit with more vacant slots. Since he was transferred within the 30th to my battalion, he has been nothing but headaches. He consumed crazy amount of time from the battalion commander, command sergeant major, and full-time OIC/S3. I was hoping through mentorship he wouldn't fall into the quotations millfluencer trap in quotations. We tried to mentor him and pull.
Is that a real thing?
So honestly, his unit or whatever unit that deployed that he dodged, they're better off, to be honest. Him going would have been
without him.
problems. And
Yeah.
because like Trench is saying right now, like his leadership failed him. The problem is, dude, is like in Trench, you've been active, I assume, most of your time. In the reserve component, not as much as the National Guard, maybe, but there is no enforcement of any standard while you're only having to show up once a month, right? Once you're on deployment, that's a different story. And yeah, if you're not ready to go, your life might be hell depending on your unit. But no, this isn't about his leadership. This is just like a National Guard thing where, you know, he's doing this performative, I want to be a military influencer thing, dodge deployments. I mean, I feel gay even talking about this, but it is a real thing.
It's from the outside looking in, it seems like he went to the National Guard to do nothing but do the milfluencer shtick, right? It's like, what could I quote unquote be in the military while doing nothing?
Yeah.
Right?
But
And
this isn't
while-
reflecting of any actual unit. Like, this is just a retard in the National Guard. These guys, like, people like him, less retarded than him, are a dime a dozen, to be honest, from the Midwest. I've kicked out probably about 3 dudes who at least look like this guy from the Army, and they do the same thing. And they also do the same performative, I'm a badass thing.
So maybe it's just because numbers are really bad, but why wouldn't they just cut him? Like, is there some sort of like
they have to go
way
through
to
the right
discharge
channels?
them? Because it seems to me like he's literally worthless, if not less than worthless. Like he's actually a detriment to whoever.
Well,
he's
the
with.
Army, the
so wouldn't
Army's
it just be better to be like thanks but no thanks and be like get out
well,
of here?
the Army has a knack for forcing you under the right situation to make you worth it, right? Because the Army paid a lot of money for you to be here, right? So they'll do their damnedest to, you know, make you worth the money. And if it comes to that point where, hey, you haven't passed a PT test in, you know, however many times it is now, I think before it was like 2, maybe 3. But, you know, if you fail weight and tape and your BMI is not good, you know, the Army will make every effort to try to make you skinny, you know, if you are on orders. But yeah, it requires reasoning. If you're not doing anything illegal, there are certain ways that the Army can try and push you out, but it just takes time, takes paperwork. And honestly, depending on the command, they sometimes need bodies to do nothing. And
Right.
do we want to kick him out?
There is
versus-
obviously just a lot of waste there in that. But yeah, it's also sunk cost fallacy. Because like you said, they invest a lot into you to get you to this point.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like some of these people just there's no even potential value in them. Like they don't want to be active. They don't want to do the things. They don't want to get in shape. That's why they're in the National Guard to begin with.
Well, it's not
And
so, much
surely
like
you can
well, if you're non-deployable though, like over a certain amount of time, like without the right conditions, you get kicked out. If you're like deployable status is a thing in the military. If you're non-deployable for a long enough period of time, the Army can kick you out. I don't know about the Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, but as far as the Army is concerned, if you're non-deployable long enough, they can, you know, fuck you. But that usually means that you're not doing something that is an annual thing you have to pass, right? Or semi-annual, whatever. But yeah, one of those things. And not every unit gives a fuck either. So this kid is retarded because with his TikTok or whatever the fuck he's doing, Instagram, he's getting a lot of attention. There's probably some brigade commander out there that is like, get this fucking fat retard out of the army now.
Well, that's the problem, right? Is the catch-22 is you do get really big and famous and you get a lot of attention. And the downside is that you get a lot of attention. And if you're doing stupid, retarded stuff and, dodging doployments or on a fake profile
Honestly,
or whatever else it
Hegseth
might
is
be,
probably
then
tracking this kid at this point, to be honest with you. Like,
I just
Hegseth is
tag
probably
him in
tracking
tag him in every one of his posts. Please do something about this guy.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he
if
keeps up
Hegseth
with this
was
shit.
really upset enough, if he was upset enough to pull the National Guard out of Chicago,
he
those
was the
fatties that showed up,
reason. Yeah.
yeah,
The Texas
Then
dad. Yeah,
if-
he's the reason they got sent home. This kid done if he. Yeah. Fuck.
Flying too close to the
maybe
sun.
that'll be the next update. That'll be like a week from now. It's like Kern's
Probably.
discharge from the military. Yeah. All right, right, Rich.
Pull him away from RRB. We try to ease his anxiety about deployments, just like we address all the other E3s and E4s in the battalion if they bring concerns to their platoon sergeant, first sergeant, or command sergeant major. He ended up playing the mommy/daddy game between 120th and RRB, which caused more distraction on battalion and BDE level meetings. I'm glad he is no longer in the battalion. He is a
Sorry,
terrible
can you
example
pause?
in front of
What is playing mommy and daddy between the 120th and the RRB? What does that mean?
So he's playing. So mommy daddy is saying that, okay, so let's just say that you belong to umbrella unit, right? We'll just say brigade, and you're technically with battalion. Somehow you're maybe attached to a company or one of those things, right? So it's you saying, okay, well, battalion said that I can do this, right? So you're telling your company CO or
All right.
whatever, battalion
Yeah.
said I could
Mom-
do this,
Mom
but
said I could
battalion
have ice
really
cream.
said, yeah, so battalion really said, well, your commander should know what you should or shouldn't be doing. We don't agree with this, however, under UCMJ, blah, 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 right? And maybe the commander, like he goes to the commander, he's like, well, battalion said I could do this. And the commander's like, well, you need to check back with them. It's like this playing of leadership against each other, or not playing them against each other, but like saying, well, he said I could do this and he said I could do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, I get it. All right, run it, Richard. That's Gabe.
Troops. And the operator of that page says to Sam Kearns and says, I'm glad you said on the last post, quotations, I'm not even deploying. And that's what I said was a lie, because I have written proof. Imagine the Army saying they need you for a mission critical role, and you say, nah, I'm going to go on profile. Not a great day in the North Carolina National Guard, I would say. Sam Kearns, you failed your crew, your unit, your state, and the Army. And the saddest part is you don't give it S. You just want to keep the money flowing. This deployment workup was so crazy that Kearns even decided it might be a good time for a nap, as this video has been released, and obviously people around him think it's funny because he's been kind of the butt of the joke. He had the active duty orders for being on National Guard to help operational support.
Bro, okay, pause.
And those
This is a love child between Vintage, Trench, and Sage Dynamics. It just is.
That's
I don't know
boy.
how it happened.
That's my
I don't know
boy.
who got your genes. I don't know how they did this, but this man was made in a vat between the three of you.
Oh,
That's all
he
I'm saying.
beautiful. Oh, he beautiful.
have actually been removed.
Look at my
Now,
boy.
He doesn't
That's my boy.
He does have them cheeks, though, doesn't he?
explicitly state why, but a lot of people online have been alluding to possibly the idea that the social media ego and the inability to perform his job and not go on deployment has essentially removed him from that. He's milking every last cent he can out of these active duty orders, as he technically qualified for the Warrior Dividend.
What's good, y'all? Specialist Kearns here. And I just got the Warrior Dividend, y'all. Yes, sir. $1,776 has been deposited in my bank account. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, sir.
All right,
Oh my
pause.
God, y'all. Hey.
He's so happy. Go to private first class retard over here than just illegal alien or Somali on
You know
welfare
he
fraud in
spent
Minnesota.
You know he spent at least $700 on like the nappiest fucking strippers.
Oh, stop!
You know he
stop.
did.
I thought you
I
were
know
gonna
he
say
did. I know
down
he did.
payment on an F-150. Although that's
No.
not even close to enough, dude.
No, brother man here.
Oh.
He spent that at the nappiest fucking strip club in Carolina. Oh boy.
Moonman Pretends says, I wound up in the dirtbag brigade of 10th Mountain that barely deployed. I was promised war and a chance to die a hero in the desert. I faked not being on profile to do infantry stuff. Hate this dude. Well, right.
Dude,
So there are people that
that's the
join
difference, man.
because they want to do the thing. They're like,
Yeah.
no, this is what I signed up for. Get me in there. Let me do the thing. Like, this is like, I signed on the dotted line. Get me in there. Do the thing, right?
Bring me
Whereas
to
this guy is
war.
like, thank you,
Yeah.
Moon Man, by the way. And this guy's like, no, I signed on the dotted line to make TikTok lives, Your Honor. I need that warrior
And
discount, all right?
All of his patches that probably like he's been in the army probably for like what he probably
He's
just got
20. He's
specialist.
25.
So he's been in the army for probably about 3 years. He's got like 5 unit patches that I could see right there. Bro's going to the
There's more
PX and
patches.
just buying patches. Yeah.
Patch maxing, baby.
He's patch maxing.
Oh, that's good.
This guy.
Yeah. Huge ass. All right, 10th Mountain slander. We sent dirt bags to 10th Mountain, Moon Man. Sorry, lol.
Hey, don't you be talking shit on 10th Mountain. All right? I was attached to him one. Don't you be talking shit about my boys.
All right. Well, 3 for 3, panning out. What's his OnlyFans asking for a friend? Well, actually, you say nappy strippers. You probably spent that $1,700 on OnlyFans, as I think we're about to get into. So run it, Richard.
Let's go. Well, let's talk about it too. So a lot of people are hitting me up like, hey, yo, I ain't got this. Hey, yo, I ain't got this. And to my understanding, you have to be on active duty orders for more than 30 days to get it. So
Okay,
if you're
hit
a
it. Pause it real fast. Pause it real fast. Sorry, something that I should say is that on his Instagram profile, let me see if I can find it. This post that he put up here, the people in the comment section are murdering him for it because they were like, I'm, currently in the Marines. I'm currently deployed and I haven't gotten it. How is this retard beating me to this quote unquote, warrior bonus, right? This retard private first class Kern has it, but I don't, and I'm here and I'm doing this, and people are like, I'm literally about to kill myself. This guy has the bonus and I don't, right?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And just all throughout the
That's
comment section on
actually
his
so
Instagram video.
fucked.
So, while this is funny from the outside looking in, right? But if you're currently in and you've done things, you're doing things, and you see this retard on TikTok or Instagram,
fuck with you,
bragging
yeah.
about getting his check. Yeah, I can
No,
see
but
how
honestly,
that would be a little upsetting.
but you know what? To the same extent, though, to those saying this, are you surprised? Because I'll be real with you, that kind of thing has been my whole military experience. Is like some fucking retard like this getting all of the cool shit that you want on paper, money wise, and then you're deployed and you don't get shit. You signed up for it. Suffer. But it is fucked up that this is him bragging about it, like watching a literally mentally disabled kid brag to you about this fucking thing while you're deployed does suck. I get it.
Yeah,
but it's kind of par for the course.
It'd be minorly upsetting. Go for it.
A little bit.
National Guard soldier. Sorry, big bro, you probably ain't gonna get it. Now, that's just to my understanding. That's nothing official. Just to my understanding. Well, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And again, this is pretty awesome, y'all.
And what's sad is that even with the benefit of people earning the dividend to be a warrior and to be appreciated, should be something to be celebrated as people do raise their right hand. However, even his comments still flood in negativity. For example, this person says, you honestly need a PR team to check what you post before posting. Someone said, would have made 10 times that amount on deployment. Someone below that wrote deployment dodger. And even so much that there are other soldiers that are trying to correct the narrative here for Kearns and trying to help him out of like, hey man, you joined to actually do this job. Check this video out.
And I want to make myself very clear to the civilians, but also the service members, right? Just because you wear this uniform does not make you a great service member at all. We have people in this organization, throughout the military, on this platform, on social media in general, that flaunt that they're a service member. That's all their videos are about. You know, they're super hooah, like I want to fucking get after it. And then when it comes time to do the job that you signed up for, you don't want to do it.
That's so
What you're
true.
doing is you're using that uniform for perks and benefits.
Dude, what is
I
up
think
with
that
every military
That's
member
so
having this
true.
list?
So
Too. If,
Fuck,
if
I'm
like
sorry.
when we get
I'm
up here,
overdid
we
it.
just,
I fucked it
we're,
up.
we're a war fighter.
Every
Warfighter.
service member. Every
No, so somebody
service
says.
member.
So I pulled up his Instagram and it said Kearns got his 1776 before active duty Marines. This might be my 13th reason why.
Oh fuck.
All right.
Hey, they're
Run
made
the
out of
list,
tougher
Richard.
stuff. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Disgusting
I
thing
hope so,
ever.
yeah.
How dare some people that don't want to take PT tests, they get out of that, they get out of training, and out of all things, they get out of deployments. Do you guys, I just want you guys to know, like, how bad that is in the military to be known as a deployment ducker. It is the lowest of the low of what people can call you. There's two things people can tell you. You're going to get people killed and you're a deployment ducker. I would never betray the boys. I never have. I take good pride and I never dodged anything, right?
So
And one
true,
thing I have
man.
never done is use my uniform on this social media where companies are reaching out to you. You walk around in uniform 7 days a week, flaunting, trying to get free stuff. Some people have the fucking nerve to be in other girls' comments, OnlyFans fucking models' comments, and try to, fucking, I can get you BAH and this and that. They put this persona like they're this fucking great soldier and that they want to get after it. And they're frauds. They're frauds.
Thanks, Gay
I
Mexican.
fucking hate that, dudes.
Wait, is
Both
he
men and
actually?
women
Wait, pause
have
this shit, Richard. Wait, is he on OnlyFans pages saying he can get him BAH?
And the
Kearns,
OnlyFans models on
EFC
Instagram.
Kearns.
Oh my god! Oh, he can't even get him BAH.
Yeah.
But that's fucking. Oh my god, this guy's baller. Oh yeah, this
Thanks.
video is gonna be good.
Yeah, this is Gay Mexican Trench. Recording in this truck. This is Gay Mexican Trench.
Is nuts. Holy fuck.
Lispy Queen, Stolen Valor. That's good too. Thank you, Hugh. Yes.
Oh my
All
god.
right, run it. We're almost done. Run
Fucking
it.
died in this uniform, proudly wore the flag on their shoulder each day that they put that shit on. And people have the nerve to come on here not wanting to do the job that they signed up for and use their uniform for the benefit of it. That is fucking crazy to me and should be an automatic discharge, in my opinion.
Hello, my name is Samson Kearns. I am currently 23 years of age. I am seeking out a good Christian woman to be with.
Oh
Hopefully
no!
marry-
Wait! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! So if this is before military and he's 23, that means he's been in for like a year and a half.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because he was born in 2000. If he's 23, he's been in for a year and a half. Okay, right.
Bro, how did he get specialist tech? Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't know.
You all right, Richard?
Yeah.
Did Richard die?
No, I'm here.
I'm
You're
glad
good.
you're also having a stroke
I am.
alongside me. Yeah.
I'm having a my brain is
Just
fried right
died.
now.
Ah!
Hopefully bear my children one day.
Face.
I don't have very high standards.
Oh,
Looks
oh no!
is
Go back.
not
Go back
big
like
for me.
10 seconds. Go back like 15 seconds. Go back like 15 seconds. I want to hear the
23 years of
whole
age.
baby mama
I'm
monologue.
seeking out a good Christian woman to be with, hopefully to marry, and hopefully to bear my children one day.
Hell yeah.
I don't have very high standards. Looks is not big to me. You know, you can even have a sucky job, you know.
You
As long
work
as
at
you're 18,
Blockbuster.
out of high school, you share my faith. You're Mrs. Right. And the
What?
beard stays.
Thank you for the clarification. As long as you're out of high school, not like the last one. My gosh, dating a high schooler again. Oh, learned my lesson with that one.
Good Lord, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Good Lord.
Listen, I need an adult, legal age woman to bear my children. You don't need to be good looking or nothing. I don't care if you work at Mickey D's. Honestly, the benefits are better for me. You want to bear my seed, woman?
The benefits are this. All right. I get sex. Before, I did not get sex. Now, I get sex. That is
Get crushed. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. I had it before you, I have it after you.
Is the weirdy creepo vibes are not a new thing. It has only been a continuation with military influencers and even some of the OnlyFans creators, where essentially he has tried to use his military service, I guess, as a way to garner attention. For example, on this girl right here, he says, "Ma'am, I can give you TRICARE, BH, and my GI Bill. I'm also 6'7". And people are said, "Kearns,
Wait,
get
pause
out
it.
of here."
Pause it. Is he actually 6'7"? That explains a lot. Okay, this man's a
No,
monster.
he's not. He can't give her BAH or TRICARE either, by the way. He's
Okay,
a
so
National
wait, what's
Guardsman.
BAH? Something
Basic
something? What is
housing
that?
allowance. So if you get married, okay, in the military, you get paid a lot more, right? So you're not living on like in the barracks. So you either get on post housing, so you get a house, or you can live off post and you get a lot more money. He's a National Guardsman, so unless he's on AGR orders or like he's full-time part-time Army, which is like, you know, National Guard or Reserve component full-time, and you need to be on those orders and all that, you know, kind of bullshit. Yeah, he can't even give anybody BAH or TRICARE, and so he's
he got
actually
the
just
warrior
lying.
dividend.
Yeah, but that's because he was on orders for at least 30 days.
Well, no, what's funny is
So,
he's literally propositioning, "I will give you money for marriage." Like, this is
but
the
that's
Amish
what it
community right
is.
here.
That's
This
what
is
it
the
is.
Amish roots coming out.
And yes, AGR is a full-time contract, Ivan, but it is reserve component full-time. So that's the difference. You're working on behalf of the reserve component full-time. Let's bring him to SHOT Show. Yeah.
Bro, dude. If he's actually 7, he would be 2 feet taller than me, which is disgusting. 4'7", guys.
Yeah.
Dwarf midget.
He's like
Dude, I had to take
5'2",
time off
actually.
I had to take time off of Santa's workshop to come here. Getting the last minute orders in here. The big man was not happy that I had to take a quick break, but c'est la vie. All right, play it, Richard. It gets worse.
Next one is he writes on this girl doing some kind of weird video and says, "Ma'am, I can give you BAH and TRICARE and the GI Bill." And then the next one is, "Bro, that's crazy. She's so bad. Ma'am, I can give you BAH and TRICARE. I'm 6'7", trying to mention his height. And then lastly, this guy says he's 25 years old, has never had any luck. And Sam Kearns writes, "Don't worry, brother. I am too." And somebody below that writes, "Get a Finsta, dude, for the love of God." So I can't just spend the entire video bashing somebody that's avoiding deployments, that's a creep a little bit, and like a gear bunny, essentially, that has essentially used that to try
Private
and
first
promote
class,
things.
gear bunny, Kearns. Dude, that he's got to get a different pickup line, all right? We got to help this guy out a little bit. The pickup line of, "I'm
Well, that's how
6'7",
you
I
know-
can get you housing."
Well, that's how you know, though, he's from like some absolutely destitute area, because that's where he goes with it, like unabashedly.
Need to help
Oh,
Kearns
God.
with his Riz.
Yeah. Nah, he's not 6'7". He's not 6'7". He's probably about 6'1", 6'2".
6'7"? 6'7"?
He's 6'7". 6'7". He's probably about 6'7".
6'7". 6'7". 6'7".
Okay, it was funny
Elf
once.
maxing. Yeah, elf maxing, dwarf maxing. Yeah. Anyways, run it, Richard.
To make money. Sam Kearns, the man Sam Kearns, has had a very tough life. I'm going to show this clip of what happened to his mom. He's made it no secret.
The judge called this case horrific. Many of the details are too gruesome. We can't even put them on TV. But the family of Libby Kearns is thankful for what the judge did today, and they don't want anybody to forget her. This is one of the few photos Samson Kearns has of him and his mother, Libby Kearns.
But she was a very good, loving mother.
He and Libby's aunt admit years ago, Libby fell on hard times, became addicted to drugs, and turned to sex for work.
But no matter, she didn't deserve this, and she didn't deserve being done the way she was.
Prosecutors say in August of 2021, Christopher Naylor and his girlfriend, Cody Graham, picked Libby up for sex and took her to his trailer off Comanche Road in Huntersville. That's where prosecutors say Naylor tortured Libby, locked her in a bathroom, then later shot her in the back. Days later, they say he buried her in his backyard.
The things they did to my mother, most people wouldn't do that to animals.
Detectives say months later, someone came.
I'm very sorry to hear that. PFC Kern. Honestly, I think legally you should be able to beat these people to death with hammers. If you're the son and somebody does something like that to your mother, I think you should be able to beat them to death with hammers.
Yeah, no, that's actually just fucking
gross.
terrible. Yeah.
Well, okay. So I mean, that kind of explains some things, though, in terms of like mom's out of the picture, dad's not in the picture.
It doesn't excuse the like what he's doing, but at the same time explains it. And honestly, at this point, after hearing that, like, get this kid some help. Actually, probably the issue.
Well, I mean, maybe the military would be the best for him because it seems like he didn't have a lot of direction or guidance in his life. But instead of like helping him, it kind of like feeds into like some of his ego and some of his narcissistic tendencies or some of the other things that he was missing as a kid. Right, because it seems like he's looking for validation. That's what he wants. He wants validation.
Maybe give him 5 warrior dividends. Maybe that's what he needs.
Yeah, he needs reparations.
He needs reparations.
More money, please.
And told police what they'd heard, which led to their arrest and to Libby's body. Surveillance cameras were on Naylor's trailer, and prosecutors say this video helped police identify Libby. Today, a judge doubled 2 of Naylor's bonds.
Oh, I was very happy. I was ecstatic,
So yeah, that's tough. Obviously, I can contextualize. I grew up in Trailer Park.
Okay,
not very good.
We can probably pause the video here. Because rough upbringing. Really sorry to hear that. Go check out Nikki MG TV's video. We'll link that in the description or in the chat as we go. But yeah, very, very sad, very rough upbringing there for the gentleman. I don't really know what the fix is for this. It's just disciplinary action or whatnot.
Therapy.
But yeah, the kid needs like.
Yeah, he needs help. Honestly,
I think the kid might be autistic, or it might just.
Yeah, the more I look at that scenario,
I mean,
think, how could you? Even if your mom is like a fucking deadbeat heroin addict, right? Like, it's fucking that's got to be rough,
Another thing, I mean, this just goes to because the justice system is a joke, but why would somebody convicted or, accused of torturing and kidnapping and murdering somebody, like, even be allowed bond in the first place? Like, that doesn't seem to make sense to me. Like,
that's this
I don't know,
country.
maybe you shouldn't be out in public.
It's a good point.
Well, I mean, yeah, I say that as if that doesn't make sense when people get arrested 72 times and get let out, right, to murder and rape people, so.
That's what we got going.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's what no father figure it does to a dude, which is why you gentlemen in chat, especially you Blackheart Defense, if you're here, hopefully the baby's here by now, or at least provided you guys some entertainment. You guys need to be good dads. You guys, okay? It doesn't matter if your dad was shitty. I had a good dad, but you guys have to be a good dad. It's your responsibility. All right, that's man. All right. Well, Vintage, how long do you have tonight?
I actually got to head off like right meow.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have a couple other things to talk about, but I was just going to get through the support on this real fast. And then, yeah, I appreciate you
I
taking
mean, if
your
there's
time, sir.
anything, yeah,
I
if
need
you
to
need
send
me
you
to stay
some,
for like 5 minutes, it's all good. But like I got to get off soon.
well, let me see if there's let me see if there's anything specific for you in the supers real fast. And also, to be clear, guys, if you guys are insanely generous. You've helped out the show a lot this year. So if you send me an email, I am giving 5 people $100 for Christmas as a Merry Christmas as a thank you to you guys. Just send me an email. I just posted it in chat, focusgroup@gmail.com. I've already got like 20 in, so I'm not going to be able to help everybody. But a bunch of you guys, if you guys need some extra money for presents, for travel, for bills, whatever it might be during the holiday seasons, if I can help you out, I will. So go ahead and do that because you guys are, again, insanely generous. I don't see much on here. What do you got going on? What's going next for you right now, Vintage?
So I'm gonna upload another. I'm gonna be busy until the end of the holidays, to be honest with you. I have a video that's already pre-recorded. I have to do an ad for the video on the second channel, Vintage's Void. It's about weed. And then I'm gonna do a video on Mr. Kearns here. Might have to do a little bit of editing now that I know certain things and have to redo certain segments because now I know a little bit more. So, but yeah, that's going to be the next two. I'm going to upload a little bit less. Just it is what it is. Probably about 3 videos on the main channel a month, probably like 3 for the second. So, once a weekend is kind of the goal. But in any case, to my little ducklings that hear this and I don't do anything or say anything to, Merry Christmas. Christ is King of Kings, as we all know. Happy New Year. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, next weekend I'll have 2 videos out. Pretty much it.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, I don't really have anything else here, so I was just going to get through some of these supers and then move on for the rest of the stream, Vintage. So I really appreciate you giving your time, sir. You have a great night.
You as well.
God bless, sir. Godspeed. Have a good time with your family.
Good night, Richard.
Appreciate it, dude.
Good night, bud.
Merry Christmas. All right. Well, starting out over on Ko-Fi, because what we're going to talk about next is, because I put it on the thumbnail, so we got to talk about it. We have, unfortunately, a Navy sailor killing 2 other Navy sailors. Some might say, which is quite tragic. Is this going to load?
You're probably not because you're lagging.
Uh-oh. Let's see if it's going to load. I apologize, gents. I know the internet connection is super mega gay right now. All right, so this we get 1 sailor kill other sailors, and then
we got nothing, bud.
We have Tashella Tasheri Dickerson. Is it coming through? Well, hey, can you do me a big favor?
I can try to do you a favor. I can't understand you, but yeah, I'll do my best.
Dude, it's real bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and fix this real fast, guys. So, Richard, can you entertain them for a moment, and I will be right back.
You're back. You're back.
Well, yeah, but I turned everything off. So, no,
okay.
I know, but I turned everything off, so I need to turn it back on to actually do anything. So, could you entertain the gents for a minute, and I will be back in just a second.
Yep, I will talk with chat. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Yeah, focus is gone, man. I'll be outside. Unfortunately, I'm still inside holding it down. It is the Richard Show. I'm the captain now. Dance, monkey, dance. Yeah, I get thrown on the spot. It's great. You just got my name. How long have you been watching and you just now realized? That's great. Hi, bud. Oh, no, it's Richard. Yes, it's just me. I am always dancing, Art. You guys just can't see it. I am constantly dancing behind the camera. I do a little jig. Roast ham is good, but I smoked a turkey this past weekend, and it was glorious. I posted a couple pictures of it in the Discord. I'm not on it as much as I used to be, but if you're in there, the pictures are in there. And for those of you who are not in there, I will grab the link here in just a couple minutes once John gets back and I'm not entertaining you guys. No, that's Dugan's job. He's much better at it than I am. You gave me 20 shekels. Hold on. I'll have to go back and find that one. No, you guys don't love me. No, not with a truck. With a little box smoker. It was good. It was really good. Another face reveal for Christmas. This is my face, sir. This glorious jawline and this green hat. That is it. I am out of my element. Very much so, sir. Very much.
Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
On? Yes.
Yeah. There's such a delay when I talk. It's awful.
It is horrible
All right.
because you were yelling at me to
Smart-
pause and I kept pausing and I was like,
I know it's like 5 seconds behind, dude. I don't know how to fix it. It's just obnoxious. Although this should be the last stream here, and then my next set of streams should have like perfect internet. So, all right.
You'll get some pixels
Well,
back.
Maybe over on Ko-Fi, Larper says, always watch the VOD, catching this one live. Merry Christmas. Christ is King. Indeed, Christ is King. Thank you very much, sir. That is insanely generous of you over there on Ko-Fi. Oh, shoot. Is it going to do this every time? I have to reload the page every time. This is going to take a second. Don't do that. Gideon over on Ko-Fi for $25, which is insane.
You're getting called a slur. I don't know which one. Whichever one I feel like saying at the moment. You're getting called a slur.
Nice. Merry Christmas, says Gideon over on Ko-Fi. Merry Christmas to you as well. A anonymous over on Ko-Fi says, funds for Rabbi Peely to more appropriately distribute Merry Christmas. Yes, I will be redistributing the wealth. All right, I'll be spreading it around because you guys have been so generous. Lightspore, raped Sonny to death, says, Kearns reminds me of that wigger on TikTok that was threatening everyone. Also, he's fat because he went to Fort Jackson. Hashtag total Benning supremacy. All right, fair enough. Huge ass for 3 says, back in the day, every single black in my unit tried to get out of it with a BS excuse. Our command used that reason to either ship them off to different duty stations or chapter them out. 3/4 of the females magically got pregnant just before we were scheduled to leave too. Yeah, that doesn't seem that surprising actually when you think about it. It's like, oh, I'm pregnant. Sorry guys. I'll see you later. Subarctic Psycho. They were all Grantham's babies, by the way. Subarctic Psycho says, Merry Christmas, John. God bless you, sir. You better have a holly jolly Christmas or else I'll whoop your ass, boy. Don't F with me, son. Fine. Thank you, Dad. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Subarctic Psycho. Thank you, sir. Always spreading that holiday cheer in a mildly threatening way. Fresh Pinochet says, sup, kings. I hope everybody is holly and jolly. Tell me, do you ever get an intrusive thought about those mystery gun show 9mm loads and high points? Yeah, me neither. Also, cow flesh welding gloves are 7 out of 10 on keeping the fingers safe during failure testing. ... things. Well, sounds like you had a little bit of a Christmas surprise, okay? Light Spore rapes Sonny to death, or actually says grape that Fat F Kearney to death supported you. His mom, unironically being a whore, was not on my bingo card. Well, it sounds like the dad was out of the picture for one reason or another, and that turned everything downhill, let's say. Very sad situation. Very tragic. All right. Over here on YouTube, Subarctic Psycho for 5. Hey, nice seeing you again. Subarctic says, hi, John. Hi. Hi, John. Hi, John. Merry Christmas, John. Merry Christmas to you, Subarctic Psycho, and to all in the chat. Thank you very much. Amorite Boy for Two says, later and gayer than a Chicago hipster. Never been to Chicago, so I couldn't tell you, but I'll take your word for it. Testing out the gay community in Chicago. Lightspore for Two says, Kern, my beloved. Heard of Kern. Art Vandalay for Two says, let him be 30 minutes late once and it goes to his head. Yes, I was very late. My apologies. I was attempting to start the stream, but as you can tell, my internet connection is subpar to say the least. Like, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Thank you, Vandalay. All right, Vandalay for another 2 says, internet issues equals someone is using the phone. No, so it's literally my phone is the hotspot, and I have mediocre connection here. My wife's phone. What?
Internet issue equals someone is using the phone. Yeah, you're the one using the phone.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant like he was using. I was like, I just misinterpreted that. Yeah. I'm trying. Okay, my parents have like 3 down, like 3 individual megabytes down, and then like 0.1 up. So, and that's the best you can get in this area. Lightsport for 2 says, Jingle All the Way mentioned. Goat Christmas movie. Absolutely goat Christmas movie. Thank you, Lightsport. Harry Har for 2 says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Christ is Lord. Christ is Lord. Thank you very much, Harry. 'Tis the season. Lightsport for 2 says, keep using the voice. I'm almost finished. Well, here, let's see if it actually works. I don't know if it's going to work.
Lightsport, the bestest boy. Merry Christmas, Lightsport. Did that work, Richard?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
And it's even got the
Glad to hear it's working for you.
behind it. It's horrible.
Maybe you don't like this. Every boy produces. Keep going, John. We're almost finished. Subarctic Noticer produces. Joking to this awesomely. For real, though. Price is king. Price is king. Thank you for that. 6 says, for Pink says, Vector 4X versus the Vortex 5X Prism, Eye Relief, and Radical. Eye Relief is a little better on the 4X, a little more forgiving just because I think they both use the exact same objective. The Radical is the same. As far as I remember, the Radical is like actually the same. So I think the Vector has a better mounting pattern. Unless you want to use a Delta Point Pro, which Vortex actually makes some good Delta Point Pro optics now. So right now, if you get a good deal on it, probably the Vortex. However, if you get I think the Vector only went $150, $160. It's a good deal.
Hold on for a second. All right, back to normal. I apologize. Chud for 2 says, can't stay. Love y'all and be safe. Richard Gassy. I know you've been gassy all night, Richard. $2 went a long way.
Chud.
Did it for you, Chud. Mr. Johnny Moo for 5 says, yes, I'd like my drink with some ice. FYI, Sonora, Mexico has some of the best sushi in the world, unironically. Well, I'm never going to Mexico. I'll take your word for it, though. I'm probably never going to eat sushi either, so let's be real. But I'll take your word for it, Mr. Johnny. Boris says, for 2 says, Trench is the next Kearns. No, that's not true. Trench is in good shape, and he's a sergeant, and he does his job, right? Whereas Kearns attempts to not do his job. Moonman for $20, insanely based of you, Mr.
Shut the
Moonman.
fuck up, man.
Says, Richard, that festive thing I made you. Sorry, Chud. Just getting in there and setting the bar high. Thank you, Moonman. Appreciate that. Boris Blatt for 2 says, some ding won. Yeah, some ding won with my sushi, for sure. Boris Blatt for 2 says, holy shit. True. We too low. Bang ding ow. Some other good names. Lightsport for 2 says, dank memes for Dragon Teens has all the best memes. Good. I just found the page today, so when I was looking for that. Boris says, Bliat for 2 says, I can see Trench and Kern being lovers. Well, no, that is not something I hope to ever see or think about again. Thank you. Boris says Blit for 2. Says Kearns graduated basic because Trench sucks at his job. Man, you mention anything in the military and Trench just gets all sorts of untoward hate. Not very nice, guys. Thank you. Randy reviews it for 5. Says Trench claimed the Ruger RXM is beating Glock on sales. Can we stop giving Trench any more publicity? He needs an actual brain transplant. You know what, Randy? Randy, if you're still here, bud, you have got to do a debate, round 2. I believe in you. You can do a better job. It is Randy versus Trench Grenade. Randy versus Trench Grenade. All right? Right now, in the chat, you guys want this. You know you want this. Randy needs redemption. Randy needs redemption, okay? That's not Randy reviews it. Randy needs redemption. Randy versus Trench Grenade, okay? And I'll start a poll right now. Who wins? Randy or Trench? All right. Randy versus Trench. You want that smoke? You can get it. Boris says Blit for 2. Says Merry Xmas, whiter people, not you colored folks. Now, what's funny, Richard, do you know the origin of Xmas?
No, I do not.
It's actually pretty based. So X in the Greek alphabet was heavily associated with Christ during like the first 5 centuries. So first millennium type stuff. So just that letter was like almost synonymous in certain circles. And to the point where when you had immigrants coming over to Ellis Island, right, in the like the early 1900s, that they would write an X if you were European, as in Christian, and write a circle for Jews who were not Christian. So
Really?
Xmas is actually, yes, Xmas is actually a appropriate way to say Christmas. Xmas actually does work.
I was
And you know
told-
that's where the circle comes from. You know the I'm not 2 hours into the stream yet, so I don't know if I can say that one, but that's where it comes from. The K word is because it's a term, it's the circle, it means circle. That Jews write circles instead of X's.
I was
The more
always
you know.
told that the Xmas was offensive.
I
But
mean,
I guess
it might
it's
be.
offensive to certain people.
Lightspore for 2 says Private Pile didn't off himself. No, he's been getting off to a lot of Instagram whores. I'll tell you that much. Thank you, Lightspore. Heathen from Texas for 5 says your average PLA soldier is 125,822 calories. I waste the money on MREs. The PLAs are free. It's true. All right. Sergeant Pile's got to eat, bro. Or sorry, Private Pile. Private Pile's got to eat. Boris Blit for 2 says Trench and Kearns both hid from deployment. Well, Trench can tell you his story, okay? Lightspore for 2 says you quit in garrison, you'll quit in combat. I think that's a relatively good take. You know, you see how people do when the going is easy is a good indicator of how it's going to go when it's harder, right? So if somebody's quitting when they have to make like a basic physical, like what do you think they're going to do in some sort of actual strenuous scenario, right? Thank you, Lightspore. Hugh Jats, member for 3 months, says Kern is Trench #1 trainee. Now, I don't think they've met. Matthew Dropco for 2 says his Amish cell phone is made of wood. Yeah, he lied about being Amish. He lied about being injured. What else is this guy not telling the truth about? Is he not actually 6'7"? Hugh Jasper, too, says stolen Amish valor. True, which is very serious. Honestly, more serious than like fake military stolen valor or whatnot. Matthew Dropco for 2 says he sells baked goods at farmers market. I mean, eats. Yeah, he knows where they all are. He has them mapped in his morning route. And stop by all the different farmers markets to gorge and then awkwardly tell each lady there, each nice young lady manning a station that, oh, by the way, I'm 6'7" and I can get you BAH.
I thought you were talking about me.
Hugh
there for a
Jasper
second.
5 says, well, I mean, here in South Dakota, or not here, I'm in Washington right now, but in South Dakota, it's so nice. It's like you go to a farmer's market. It's not diverse at all. It's really clean. There's kids running around in the park, and it's just you just wander around. You get like homemade ice cream or bread or whatever it might be. It's really nice, really wholesome. Everybody should go to a farmer's market. Central Sands Defense for 2 says this dude's your average Midwestern Army guy. Seen many like him. Farva needs a cola for 5. Says Sam Kearns is what happens when you take away shark attacks from basic. Shark attacks? You mean, is that a term that I don't know about? Or do you actually
Yes.
just like let them swim in shark infested waters?
No, shark attack was the brutal berating that the drill sergeants would give the recruits.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like this is just a biblical principle, right? It goes all the way back to like Gideon. You don't want just everybody in your military. You want good people within your military. So having like fat retards like Kearns isn't doing you any favors. It makes you look bad. It makes you look dumb. And when somebody just isn't making the cut, you just cut your losses and get rid of them. Right? Regular guy training says Trench is why this guy passed basic. Trench is getting so much hate. Unbelievable. Thank you, regular guy training. Chud for 2 says came back to tell Trench to shut the fuck up. Not nice. Not nice, Chud. Huge ass for 5 says he should be ashamed every day he wakes up and is still above ground. Well, actually, yes. Like if you are in a position like that, you should use that shame and that internal disgust of how, whether it's how weak you are, how whatever it might be, you should use that internal disgust to better yourself, right? Be a man, hate yourself, okay? Use that hate as fuel. Right. Andy Ray for 5 says regular guy in the chat, this is going to be good. Angry engineer. Well, I mean, I think that he, as somebody who was in the military for a while, takes these things much more serious. Like, because I'm just from the outside looking in, but somebody like Trench who's actively in, or somebody like regular guy training who is in, or Vintage wasn't like too miffed by all of it, but you can see how people have a wide variety of perspectives on it. Just a gun guy for 2 says they had an e-tool on DW. Ranger lost to Spring Knife. That's right. I do remember that. He lost to the Spetsnaz because of the stupid mechanical knife thingy, which sucked in Black Ops 1, by the way. Huge ass for 5 says, I'd be ashamed to have a mustache and a head shape like his. See, now, when you say that, dude, you could be talking about a lot of different people. But thank you, Huge ass. Greatly appreciate it, sir. Central Sands Defense for 5 says this dude 100% would have gotten dudes killed on a deployment because he was more focused on live streaming. Hey, what do you got against live streamers, bro? Nothing wrong with streaming. Calm down there, Ben. You're making me look bad here. Lightsport for 2 says, be real. It would be funny to watch him get FPV'd. You said that, dude. I saw that in chat. And in my mind, I just thought of the video where the guy gets hit by the drone and he flies like 50 feet in the air. That would be him, and when he lands, he makes another crater. Thank you, Lightsport. Moonman for 5 says, I'm desperate to Minecraft. It's the only dream I have left. If not in Kandahar, I will settle for the streets. Yeah, dog. No, I mean, what is it? The joke about the male biological clock? I need to die in war. For women, it's I need to have a baby. For men, it's I need to die in war somewhere. Chromosome Hoarder for 2 says, run, Richard. I mean, down. I mean, I'm down. I'm down, you're up. I'm mega downs, dude. Huge ass for 10 says, I mean, they were giving $20,000 signing bonuses for 88 mics, which I believe is a vehicle driver. At one point during early GWAT, should we even be surprised that this lump got his dollars before others? Well, I know that it sucked, right? And it's obnoxious, but it's like, that is the way the government works, of course. I mean, Minnesota lost $8 billion, $9 million to 67 IQ Somalians. Like, you think it's going to run efficiently? You think the people who should be getting the money are getting the money?
Oh, that initial report was way off, by the way. It's much, much more than that.
8 or 9 billion. I thought that was the updated numbers, but I could be wrong. I haven't checked in a minute.
I think it went even higher than that.
Lightsport for 2 says Trench if he was black or Chinese. Yeah, you guys are really mixed right now. Randy actually has the vote. Randy has the vote at 50%. It was at 51% for Randy. Randy versus Trench. You guys think Randy might have a chance here? You guys think Randy has a chance? Shot of redemption. Send it. Thank you, Lightsport. Central Stance Defense for 5 says, I hated being stateside. Yeah, I didn't join to sweep motor pools. I joined to fight a war. It was the biggest reason I left. Garrison is gay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds awful, right? As somebody, again, never served, never really wanted to serve. Like, joining up with a war going on where you have people you may know who are overseas doing the thing, and you're like cleaning up garbage or sweeping a motor pool. And you're like, can I go do the thing? Can I go be the person? Like I signed the line. You guys told me I could go. Can I go now? Right? Yeah. I mean, you're a glutton for punishment. Then you went and became a police officer, and then you have to deal with even more bureaucracy. At least you get to do the job, most of the time. Thank you, Ben. Huge Ass for 2 says Lispy Queen, Stolen Valor. It's true. We're gonna have a lisp off between that guy and Trench. See who wins.
Trench.
Thank you, Huge Ass. Jim Eagle.
Trench wins.
Trench. No, I think that Mexican guy hasn't beat it. It was way worse. Jim Eagle for 2 says, boy here, thirstier than Mac and Garantham. Yeah, but that's the thing. I think the guy is actually like an incel. And I don't mean incel as like a negative connotation. I mean, like, he wants to be laid. He wants to be happy. He wants to have a girl, and he can't for whatever reason, whether it's social skills, not very bright, the people he's around aren't, conducive to that sort of thing. So he actually wants to be with someone, but can't. And so what does he have? He has some money. He has some fame. He's a tall guy. And so he goes to every e-whore and copy paste. I'm 6'7". I can get you housing. That's all he has. That's all he has to offer. That's it. Which is sad. It's really sad when you think about it. Thank you, Jim. Vandalay for 2 says, can we send him to one of Sonny's classes? We should, because it would be funny. No, but I mean, he's in the military, dude. He needs to figure out his own stuff. He needs help. Legitimately needs help. Logan for 5 says, John is lying. He's actually 3'7". We hang out, we have a good time, and you're like, maybe phrasing was off there, but then you go and you tell all the secrets that I'm 3'7", and yeah, you have to lift me up to get me into the truck.
Is that what
Thanks,
the good
Logan.
time was?
Wow.
Chuck and
Ruined
John?
it. We didn't have to even bring up the midget throwing either. Are you really going to out that too, Richard? Yeah, okay, we do midget throwing, okay? They have to lift me up to get me into the truck, all right?
I didn't tell him about the bets.
I'm ending it, dude. Merry Christmas. Chromosome Hoarder for 2 says Manlit Podcast. Gosh. Yep, you're right. Todd Dogs for 2 says Merry Xmas and a happy eggnog year. Prep for a 26. Shit hit the fan. No, I don't know. 26 might be a better year. Late 26 could be spicy though. You never know. Late 26, spicy. That's my call too.
So
not that
my
spicy, but
prediction
spicy.
is market collapse due to housing issues. Basically, the Federal Reserve is going to mess it up, and interest rates are going to get messed up, and then the housing bubble is going to pop. That's what's going to happen.
Well, I think, early next year, there's going to be a financial crisis. Uppies. Please. It's like my daughter to me. Up. Please. Don't tell the elf. No one tosses the dwarf. Moonman for 5 says, we will decorate the Christmas tree with all those who don't have a Merry Christmas, to be honest. Based? Vlad pilled in this economy? All right. When you think about it, I mean, he turned spikes into Christmas trees, right? Instead of an angel on top, you got a Turk. Based? Or not a Turk, sorry. Well, Muslim Vader. What's different? That's different. Tic-tac-toe is even more based now. What's that in reference to? You saved it, Richard.
The X's and Xmas and O's.
Oh, right. Yeah. Very based. Always choose the X. Boris says Blet for two says the foundationizer of COD passed from a car accident. Yes, he crashed his Ferrari. The guy who started the original COD crashed his car and died. It's one of those things where he, great respect for his game development, a lot of his early work, very good. You get really rich and famous, and then you do something really stupid with your wealth that ends up killing you. I mean, there's something Faustian about that, right? Maybe Black Ops 7 was so bad he just decided to end it all. You never know. But no, I just said it's tragic to die in a car accident. But yeah, it's kind of it's like I feel bad obviously because you gone too young. He did a lot of good work. Very sad for him and his family. Pray for him and his family. But at the same time, there's like another part of me where I'm like, idiot driving a car too fast kills himself. Like, you can't feel too bad, right? Right. I mean, it's like if I was driving 200 miles an hour and I crashed my car, you'd be like, I'm sorry, he's gone, but he was doing something really stupid. Like,
Yeah, but
really
what about
stupid.
like Paul Walker, somebody who was actively good at driving vehicles and just happened to get into the passenger seat with the wrong idiot?
I mean, that's also possible. And that's tragic. That's tragic. But you know what else is tragic is Paul Walker dating 15-year-olds, all right? Well, also kind of tragic. So maybe that tree is kind of Chad when you think about it. Look into that. Boris says Blit for two says he was driving like an idiot. It's like I feel really bad. It's the same thing like, I don't know, you see somebody parkour and they jump from like a 40-foot building to a 20-foot building, and then you see somebody slip and miss, right? And you're like, oh, you broke your legs and your face and all these other bones. Like, I feel bad for you, but at the same time, like, you did that. Like, nobody forced you to do that. You just decided to jump off this building. There's a video of it. I don't want to watch somebody get killed. Like, I know some people really enjoy watching people die for some reason. It's like a pastime. They just watch people get killed, and it's like this is funny. To me, I just don't like it. Right? I don't like it. It's not my thing. Not my thing. All right. Well, did somebody else donate on Ko-Fi? Let me check this real fast.
Also, I wanted to bring this up real quick while we had a second. And to anybody who watches over on Rumble, things have been kind of messed up over there lately, and it appears that there's two Focus Trip channels. So if you went to the usual channel and the stream was not there, you have to search for the other Focus Trip channel that only has like 300 subs. That's where the stream has been the past couple times. So apologies for that, but Rumble is ass.
Oh, actually, sorry. The Rumble is not working tonight. Rumble's not working tonight at all.
Not? Well, okay.
No.
I seen
Rumble did not connect. So
Oh,
Rumble did
well,
not
that-
connect at all. I know it's scheduled over there, but Rumble did not connect at all. Yeah, call it Fumble. Rumble's broken. I don't know what's up with it, but Rumble does not work at all for me tonight. I
Yeah,
tried to
there's
get it.
still
But
four
it
people
didn't
over
work.
there waiting and watching.
I feel well, yeah, they're watching a blank screen because nothing is happening. So I feel bad. I feel bad for that. All right. Well, let's get to all right. Rage bait part of the stream, gentlemen. So here we go. For everybody brave enough to stick it out past the 2 hour mark. I think I can say it now. Kike, right? So kike means circle. And then for the Christians, they use an X. So that's where that slur came from. Kike is from Jews on Ellis Island. They would give them a circle instead of an X to delineate Jew from European. So, I mean, to me, it's not even offensive. It just means circle. Obviously, it became a slur later on when you kept, when people called them that repeatedly as in a derogatory manner, but it just means circle. It's nothing. I guess.
22-year-old Navy sailor is facing murder charges after he allegedly shot and killed two fellow sailors this week. Clay County Sheriff's deputies say that Taylor Marquez Lomax shot and killed Noli McKenda and 20-year-old Jordan Forster on Wednesday. According to police, his wife was arguing with the two.
What do you notice about this, Richard?
Is that a Nissan in the driveway?
It's a Dodge Charger. It would have been a Nissan Altima would have been good too, but no, that is a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Oops. Are you gonna work? Oh no! What just happened? What are you doing? Internet, please.
2 victims who were his roommates. A fight broke out in the front yard, and that's when Lomax allegedly grabbed a gun and fired more than 30 rounds, hitting both victims.
30 rounds. Chicago style. Those I hate Navy sailors. Oh dear. Oh dear, 30 rounds. Now my question was, did it take 30 rounds for him to murder his 2 roommates, or did he like shoot them on the ground a bunch?
Or did he hide behind the
Lomax
Charger and just point it over the hood?
Well,
And
that's the thing. Like it could be either one. You don't know.
Both the victims all served in the Navy. Lomax was arrested and his wife was questioned, but she has since been released. He faces 2 counts of second-degree murder and is being held without bond.
See, at least he's being held without bond, right? And he'll be behind bars while this is going on. I can't believe how many people
this
get
is Florida,
out.
correct?
I think so, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
30 rounds. He had the Stendo 30 round clipazine.
Well, did he grab a pistol or did he
made
grab
a rifle? Well, it said it started on the front lawn, so I imagine he wasn't carrying his rifle with him, but he might have had the Glock with the switch with him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, them baggy shorts, pistol with no stock or brace on the end, just a buffer tube.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Fired 1 Stendo right at him. I got him good. See? Now, what's funny is, like, it seems to me that it's always in the military anytime something like this goes on. 1, usual suspects, but 2, it's always like gay lovers got found out, or man was sleeping with other man's wife, or man was gay with woman's husband, and it's always some weird, disgusting, lurid sex affair grossness, and you're like,
in the Navy?
In the Navy of all things, you're like, well, okay, first up,
I mean, didn't they write a song about that?
Why do certain people join the Navy? You'd think that they would want to avoid the water as much as possible, right? Am I off? Am I off? No.
There is one benefit
No.
of being out there. They don't have to ever hear the song of their people.
Oh yeah.
And now at 10:35, a 20.
So there's your first little bit of rage bait. Yeah, of course it's a Glock. What else is it gonna be, bro? Of course it's a Glock. Those damned Navy sailors, says the light sport for 2. 100%, I agree with you, sir. And again, keep in mind, you guys, if you guys want to win $100 for Christmas, if you need a little bit of extra money for travel, for food, for presents, for bills, whatever it might be, focusstrip@gmail.com. Just put it in the chat. I'm giving away $500 to you guys for being such absolute monsters when it comes to supporting the channel. So thank you, Lightsport. I want to keep reminding you guys so everybody has a shot at it. All right. Well, oh shoot, I got rid of it. That's fine. I'll pull it back up. Hopefully my internet holds out for a still image. Let's see if a still image crashes my internet.
I mean, that is a very, very large still image, so it might crash it.
It's pixels, all right. It takes a lot of pixels to match this body, all right.
The file size is huge.
Now this is. I like finger on the trigger. Always finger on the trigger. Black Lives Matter, Oklahoma City, baby. We run this town. Anyways, as executive director for OKC Black Lives Matter, Tashella Sherry Dickerson faces up to 450 years in prison with 20 counts of wire fraud and 5 counts of money laundering.
Oof.
Oh no. That's a Bit of an oof. This is from the Oklahoman. Black Lives Matter OKC director stole 3. Oh, sorry, you guys. Thank you for changing that. Good job, producer Richard. Fantastic work. Black
Hey, I'm
Lives
working
Matter
on it.
OKC director. Yeah, that might be the first time you've ever done that where you fixed it before I noticed. Black Lives Matter OKC director stole $3.15 million in donations. Grand jury alleges. Are you actually going to? Okay, you guys are going to find an article with me. Come on, let's go. Go find an article. Fortune. All right. Are you not going to cuck me, Fortune? Can we actually just read the article without you asking for a donation? I say that as I collect like hundreds of dollars in donations, but still, it's different. Okay, it's different because I'm a real American grifter. Okay, not some media mogul. Okay.
You're also not
All right.
shaking a cup at him.
Yeah, just that would be funny though to do that for a bit. Like every time in between stories, I just like shake my coin jar at the camera. Like, please, I need to go home. I need to buy better internet. Please,
Get your son's piggy bank.
please. That would actually he just has cash. That's the thing, dude. Kids don't even have piggy banks these days. Nobody uses change. My kid has cash. That's the way he rolls.
Yeah.
From his great grandma. That's usually where he gets cash from. Oh, thank you for that. Now, you guys don't know this, but every time that the cute little gifts pop up for Ko-Fi, Vintage Warfare yells "You are gay" in my ears so that I know that it pops up. But that's a sounder that only I hear, which I find quite funny. So just remember, Vintage calls me gay like 10 times a day. All right. So a federal grand jury indicted the leader of Black Lives Matter movement in Oklahoma City over allegations that millions of dollars in grant funds were improperly spent on international trips. I needed that. Groceries. I needed that. Personal real estate. Got to live somewhere. Prosecutors announced Thursday. So Tashella Sherry Amore Dickerson, 52, was indicted earlier this month on 20 counts of wire fraud, 5 counts of money laundering, court records show. Court records do not indicate the name of Dickerson's attorney, and messages left Thursday at her mobile number and by email were not immediately returned. According to the incident, Dickerson served since at least 2016 as the executive director of Black Lives Matter Oklahoma, which accepted charitable donations through its affiliation with the Arizona Cringe Alliance for Global Justice, GAY. In total, BLM OKC raised more than $5.6 million dating back to 2020, largely from online donors and national bail funds. BLM's biggest donation is for bail.
Womp
womp.
No, actually,
Well, it says largely from online donors and national bail funds that were supposed to be used to post bail for individuals arrested in connection with racial justice protests after the killing of George Floyd by a Minnesota after the George Floyd overdose. Sorry to correct you. Article by himself in 2020. The indictment alleges. So when those bail funds were returned to BLM OKC, the indictment alleges Dickerson embezzled at least $3.15 million into her personal accounts and then used the money to pay for trips to Jamaica and the Dominican Republic, retail shopping, at least $50,000 in food and grocery deliveries for herself and her children, a personal vehicle, and 6 properties in Oklahoma City deeded to her or to a company she controlled. So yeah, so out of the 6 million, roughly, little high, out of the 6 million that they were donated in bail funds, right after they were returned, she just put those into her own personal account, which I find very funny. So the indictment also alleges she submitted false annual reports to the alliance, stating that the funds were only used for tax-exempt purposes. Of course, if convicted, Dickerson would face up to 20 years in federal prison and a fine of up to $250,000 for each count of wire fraud and 10 years in prison and fines for each count of money laundering. Now, 20, right? Is it 20 counts? Yeah, 20 counts of wire fraud. So that is $5 million max fees. I mean, she should just have everything taken from her, right? Just you should be at $0.00 for the rest of your life, basically, which is going to mostly be spent in prison. So, in a live video posted on her Facebook page Thursday afternoon, Dickerson said she was not in custody and was fine. I cannot make an official statement about what transpired today, she said. I am home. I am safe. I have confidence in our team. That's the funny thing about BLM is it's just always been a scam. Never has it ever not been a scam. Probation for 3 million. See, that's the thing. How do I say this tactfully? And I say tactfully rather loose. Her own people are not going to hold her accountable for this. All right, not at all. Not at all. They think it's funny. They might be upset that she stole their funds, but these people don't actually care. Right? They're never going to hold their own accountable. You have black judges saying that black people shouldn't put black people in jail or black jurors shouldn't convict black people. These people don't actually care. They think it's funny.
Well,
what's a little but
I don't know if you were aware of this story or not, but this is basically the same thing. It's their playbook. The actual founder of Black Lives Matter donated basically $10 million to her wife's charity to purchase the former Communist Party headquarters in Canada. And then they tried to get past it by saying, well, it was a donation.
Always been a scam. From the very beginning, BLM was always a scam. Now, of course, there are true believers, like on the street level, who actually believe, right? And those are useful idiots for your cause. But at the top level, it has always been a scam.
Yeah, and nothing was done. I mean, they were investigated, and then just nothing happened.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hear from this Black King and see what he thinks about JD Vance's quote unquote racist speech, which I think was whites don't need to apologize for being white. Now, of course, that's a truism, but whites never needed to apologize for being white. Like, sorry for what?
So, JD Vance, you said white people no longer have to apologize for being white no more, huh? Wow. That's probably the most racist sugar honey iced tea I ever heard in my life.
Would you like to hear something more racist? Like, listen, if that's the most racist thing that you've ever heard, like I'd be happy to raise that bar for you. I can do it if you'd like. I mean, I feel like if that's the most racist thing you've ever heard, like life has been pretty good up until this point. Like, I'm just saying, if you would like to hear some, like if you would like to expand your horizons, I'd be happy to do that for you, though. Smarting Psycho. I want this man to apologize to me, which honestly is probably a little bit more appropriate.
White people no longer have to apologize for being white.
Never did.
Wow.
Wait till the end. Wait till the end, dude.
That's probably the most racist thing I ever heard anybody say that was a president, vice president ever. Wow, they ain't got to apologize no more. So who I'm going to hold accountable? Huh? Who I'm going to get reparations from now? Huh? Man, it's some bullshit.
Where am I gonna get my reparations from, man? My money. Where am I gonna if white people don't feel sad, where am I gonna get my money from, man? You need to be sad so I can get my money.
I think I found somebody who can say something just a little bit more racist to this nice young gentleman.
I want this motherfucking black ass, banana eating, chimpanzee, monkey made motherfucker on the first fucking slave ship back to motherfucking Morocco.
I think that was possibly a little bit more racist. I don't know.
Oh no, but I do love that mentality. I feel like if that's the most racist thing you've heard, you're doing pretty well. Now, I mean, if you'd like to see, if there is somebody that needs to apologize to somebody else for certain issues, this disgusting animal who murdered this 3-year-old, stabbed this 3-year-old outside of an Ohio supermarket. You know, like if one group of people collectively needs to apologize to the other, right? I mean, we could pull up examples with a little more substance, right? And again, these people do not value life the same way that you do. They don't think about you the same way that you think about them, right? In your suicidal altruism, you think that all people can be equal and can be together and can coexist in this sort of like lefty loony bin society or something that you read about in a book somewhere that sounds really good in concept. Doesn't work. Just doesn't work. And I mean, yeah, this is just their mentality. This is the way they view you, and they're pretty lucky that they don't get the same in return. Yeah, dude. But where am I gonna get my reparations from, though, dog? Yeah, man.
Maybe the people who caught you in the first place.
Let me look at this story. This is in my neck of the woods. This is like 2 days ago, too. So here we go. Gateway Pundit. Oh, I love this. Fantastic. All right. Pull it up here. Horror. 75-year-old Seattle woman loses her eye after serial assaulter known to cops hit her face at full force with wooden board with a screw. Meanwhile, in the Democrat hellhole of Seattle, this all right, wait, who is this by? This Gateway Pundit. Okay, perfect. This will be funny at least. A 75-year-old woman lost her eye after she was brutally attacked by a serial assaulter who has a history of punching and stabbing people, who's just let to roam around Seattle. Now, I've been to Seattle like a dozen times. So living here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington, Seattle was always like a cool place you would go with your buddies. Like if you like, I was the guy with the car, high school, college time frame. So we were like, oh, let's go to Seattle. Let's go here. Let's go to the dock. Let's go to the, whatever it might be. You go to Seattle for that, right? It's like the cool place to go because it's the big city. And even then it was sketchy, but now it's just an absolute hellhole. 42-year-old Fail Viegalepa Pia. Well, that's really 42-year-old Fail Viegalepa Pia hit Jeanette Markin in the face with a wooden club with a screw through the end of the plank as she was standing on a street corner in downtown Seattle after picking up food earlier this month. So again, this just monstrous animal runs up to a 75-year-old lady. That's your mom. That's your grandma. That's these people just picking up food, living their life, zero interaction, standing at a street corner, following the law, waiting to walk across until it's safe, just getting absolutely sucker punched by a 2x4 with a screw through it by an animal.
That's not
known
just
to
a
the
screw. That
police.
actually looks like a half-inch bolt.
Well,
That's
it's
huge.
incredibly substantial. This
Yeah.
if she's actually, it sounds terrible to say, but it is incredibly lucky
that she lived.
Yeah, well, losing an eye means that like the screw like cut into her eye, probably across her nose, right? But if it had been like an inch back into her temple, like full force, she would be dead. 75-year-old lady would have been dead on the street because of this animal was allowed to walk by a progressive DA. So surveillance footage shows Pia approached Markin and swung the wooden club with full force at her face. Bystanders rushed to Markin after she hit the ground. She was rushed to a hospital and treated for her facial injuries. So yeah, you can see it kind of came across her face like that. Family members told Como News that Markin lost eyesight in the damaged eye. Pia has a long rap sheet and has been booked 8 times this year. All right, listen, guys, booked 8 times this year for assault, indecent exposure, unlawful use of weapons, malicious mischief, drugs, and property destruction. All right, so here's the thing. Any one of those, you should be in jail for. Indecent exposure should get you on the sex offender registry and should get you prison time. Assault, I can't believe these people just like, oh, well, we need to like recidivize these people and we need to fix these people. So we're just going to let them continue to expose themselves to people on the street and hit people in the head with 2x4s. I mean, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What we should do is hold the judges accountable with legislation that says, like, literally, anytime you let somebody off, anytime you get somebody out early, anything like that, you have to be accountable to like 50% of their prison time, whatever it is, just automatically. Just automatically. So let me see if they have the he's a regular. He usually punches people. Actual quote from a cop on the scene. If that's true, if that's actually what he said, that is disgusting. Let me see if they have the video of this. So here you can see the freeze frame. Old lady sitting on the street corner. Violent thug. Repeat thug. As cops admit, oh yeah, he's notorious. That's old. What's his name? Nia Pepita Bidawada or something like that. He just kind of does this sometimes. Sorry. Fail Viagalepa Pia. Sorry, that's the guy's name. Fea Viagalepa Pia. Yeah, he just kind of does this thing from time to time. You know, no harm, no foul, right? It's not like we would give somebody prison time for this. Let me. Wow. Well, the wood chipper, yeah, but I want to see. Does somebody have the actual video? I probably have to stop sharing this real fast, just in case I come around something a little bit too spicy. Too spicy. Yeah, fail Ooga Booga, basically. Let's see.
Stories like this that make my blood boil. It's one thing when.
Well, again,
people
that
are
can be
fighting
your
each
mom,
other,
that
but
can be
then-
your dad, and it's just sucker punching because you're an animal who has no self-control. You see white person on the street, you assault them in the head with a screw, a bolt through a 2x4. Oh dear.
Make public
Oh dear.
executions great again. That's all I got to
Oh
say.
dear. Well, unfortunately for you guys, I found the video. No, but
Markin standing on the corner, and police say this is Fali Pea walking up with a stick in his hand when out of nowhere he attacks her. Jeanette is knocked to the ground. Bystanders take a picture of the suspect, then rush to help Jeanette. The full scope of what happened wasn't clear yet. Police arrested Pea a block away and found the weapon, this wooden board with a screw through the end of it. Police say that screw went through Jeanette's eye.
Who is this guy? Is he? He's a regular. He usually punches.
hate regulars. Maybe there shouldn't be a such thing as a regular. Maybe this is crazy, but maybe we shouldn't have a thing as a regular. Right. This isn't Jim Bob who gets too drunk and falls asleep in your neighbor's yard type of mischief, right? Usually he just punches a few people. It's nothing serious. Usually he just like whips his dick out in public. Psh, whatever, regular. It's fine. It's fine. Usually it's like mild arsony. Not a big deal. Yeah, I mean, she should sue Seattle for everything that it's worth, which is like $4 and a pack of crayons or something. Wood chipper. Why are the regulars always... That's racist for you to point that out, by the way. I didn't say race. Okay, I just hate regulars.
Yesterday, he decided to escalate things way worse than his usual.
Regulars, stolen cars.
He's usually just up and down there.
As paramedics race her to the hospital.
So they have a literal like prowler. Oh, usually he just hangs out on 3rd Street. People walk up and down. He punches them. It's whatever. That's where he hangs out. The 3rd Street puncher. He's the 3rd Street puncher. He's a local attraction. All right. You got the 3rd Street puncher. You got the 4th Street exposer. You got the 2nd Street chaser. I mean, come on, guys. This is part of Seattle. They're a landmark. Okay.
it becomes obvious police know Folly Pea well.
Yeah, suspect's ID. He's being searched right now. Yeah. You know him?
Oh, he's notorious for random assaults on 3rd Street.
Court records show Pea had multiple prior convictions for assault, including.
Well, 0 of these actually, nobody in this frame was part of the founding fathers, which is funny enough.
Including stabbing someone 8 times.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I have to back up. Did I hear him about to say stab somebody 8 times?
Including 8 times at a party.
Was that?
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about that grandma that he could have murdered. He doesn't care. He doesn't value your life. He doesn't value your property. He doesn't value you at all. You're nothing to him. You're an inconvenience to him. You're on his street, and the police allow him to operate. The judges
You are a
allow
meal
him to
ticket and
operate.
a warm bed for him.
He's I'm a cutie as being. I'm gonna go take my chances in jail. Yeah.
Assaults on 3rd Street.
Court records show Pea had multiple prior convictions for assault, including stabbing someone 8 times at a party.
Was that?
You know what? I agree. We shouldn't put him in jail.
Hot take, but I don't think inmates should be able to be charged with homicide.
Oh no. We're not putting him in jail. Wait, wasting taxpayer funding? Are you kidding me?
It won't be wasted for long if you put him in there and you just let that video play. You let the trash take itself out.
I mean, but yeah, it really
They
sucks, right?
get
Because
word
we
that
don't have
he
to
hit
live
an
like this.
old lady
We
with a
don't.
board.
We don't have to live like. I think you're thinking that his other fellow inmates will give a crap about this old lady. Okay. Now, some of them will, because some of them will be a little more spicy variety. But we don't have to live like this, right? I mean, this is your mom, this is your grandma, this is your aunt, sitting at a street corner, minding her business after picking up food, waiting for the crosswalk, not interacting with anybody, not saying anything. This is like the picture of innocence. Okay, is like your old grandma or like a tiny child, and they will stab and murder the child. They'll hit him in the head with a knife until the knife bends, or they'll shove a bolt through your grandma's eye. They do not care.
75-year-old Jeanette Markin standing on the corner, and police say this is Folly Pea walking up with a stick in his hand when out of nowhere he attacks her. Jeanette is knocked to the ground. Bystanders take a picture of the suspect, then rush to help Jeanette. The full scope of what happened wasn't clear.
I think that's
The
enough
full
rage bait
scope
for
of
tonight.
What happened wasn't clear. The lady has a hole in her face from a board. The man is carrying a board with a bloody bolt on it. They know him by name from assaults, but the full
he's a
story
regular.
isn't clear.
They describe him as if he's somebody that comes into the local bar. Oh, he's a regular, right? That's just Jim. He just comes
they know
in,
him
sits
on
over
first
there.
name basis by reputation, not
That's just,
even by.
that's just
fiction.
folly again. It's just folly again, dude. It's just folly. He just does his thing. He just does his thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, but I mean that's a justice-starved society. When you take justice out of society, you allow these conditions to happen, and these conditions are allowed to happen, right? It's a destabilization tactic. It loses people's faith in the rule of law. It allows these agitators to roam free, to do stuff to you. And again, keep in mind, this is Seattle. If I had taken out a gun and shot him, I would be in jail for the rest of my life, right?
100%. 100%. I'd like
Yeah,
to
this
bow a
is
vowel, please.
Seattle. Sir, I can't. Is he trying to say lunching? I don't know. I'm all out of options here. Anyways, yeah, sorry, that was Rage Bait for tonight. Did you guys enjoy that? I feel like Rage Bait should make an appearance every stream just because it's fun at times. And by
I
fun,
feel
I
like
mean
we should only do it
like a
once a week
cold
because
water in
my
the
blood
morning type
pressure
of
can't
fun.
handle it.
All right. Subarctic Psycho over on Ko-Fi says, if I don't win that $100, John, I'm going to come for you. Gay. I'm going to get you, John. I'm going to beat your ass. Gay.
Gay.
I'm going to hurt you. Look out, John. Again, Subarctic Psycho, he donates more than $100, like often.
Every
and then
week.
he complains about not winning $100. Like, I mean, come on, man. But if you guys do want to enter that, just send me an email and I want to help out 5 people, 5 families this Christmas and give something back to you guys, back to the community, because you guys have been so generous to me. So send me an email, focusstrip@gmail.com. Write me a nice sob story, and I will select 5 of you to get $100. And Merry Christmas to you guys.
I
Merry
think I
Christmas,
only have,
everybody, and
like,
everybody
3
who
or
enters.
4
If I could help all of you, I would. Yeah, it's just all Richard. Please. Gibbs me dad. That's some black behavior right there. I'm gonna have to check your melanin. All right, I'm gonna have to take some measurements of your skull real fast, Ivan. All right. Did I get the email? I have like 100 emails, so I will check them. Do not worry. All right. Moonman for 5 says, always interesting that violent or sexual crimes get like maybe decades, but meths with somebody's money, centuries. Curious. It's almost like they put a higher value on money than human life or human well-being. It's almost like these people only speak one language. Seems strange to me. Thank you, Moonman. Lights 4 for 2. Tind? I don't know what that spells. But whatever it is, in another universe.
I think he meant to spell
appreciate
D&D,
Light 4.
that game that the nerds play.
D&D.
Yeah.
D&D is a fun game where you go around and you kill all the orcs. Right? Is that D&D?
Yeah,
the orcs are the
I
bad
think
guys.
they had some
green
controversy over
skins.
some cards, or I don't keep up with it. It's just a bunch of nerds.
Nerds. Cody Fisher, 1x Precision for 10 says, I love them about as much as I do Benjamin Netanyahu. BB, listen, America. If it were not for Jews, you would not be here. And Jews brought you into this world, and Jews can take you out. What was that? Can you say that again? Greatest ally? What? What did you say? Why'd you say that? This just sounds odd. It's like the D-class shooter calling line breakers at locals. Kind of just want to shoot at them sometimes. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, Cody Fisher, 1x Precision. Dude, it's the funny thing about line breakers, I was shooting 40 in the FTI, and it was just like the world's worst AC line breaks. It was like in the D and in the C, right? But because of the line breaks, like just barely touching, it was an Alpha Charlie, which when you're shooting major is 9 points. So it was like the world's worst 9 points possible because they were like barely touching. And it somehow counts as like an Alpha Charlie, but that's just the funs of shooting USPSA. All right, Shadow Force says, Richard's email, my boss doesn't even pay me, please help. That's not true. That's not true. Richard, have you seen the paycheck for this next month coming up? Ridiculous.
I have not.
You haven't even seen it?
No,
Well, it should.
I've been busy
Well,
past
I mean, if you go into dashboard, it shows you how much the second channel has made this month. It's pretty good. If you just look at dashboard, it says the last 28 days. It's really good. So keep it up. You got 8 days in December. You have 8 days in December, okay? So December has the best ad revenue, so just pump out videos in December. But all right, guys. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll probably do Christmas Eve stream. Why not?
So
probably be very laid back.
I will be late joining if I do make it back because
It'll probably be very laid back. I don't know exactly what we'll do, but we'll do something fun. We'll do something maybe a little different. And then next week, best and worst of 2025. I'm going to try and make it a big panel stream. I'm going to ask Dugan, Jonathan Picone, Pop, Brass, all the usuals to come on, and we'll do a best and worst of 2025 end of year review. Try and get Tom Foe on, maybe. Yeah. It'd be a really good time. Christmas Eve, like, little special, really laid back. I don't know if I'll be here at the other place yet, but something fun.
And then we
get Pranka on. I do need to get Pranka on. I need to just send him a message.
We've had a couple of other people asking for another Rate the Build stream.
Daniel Rudd. Yeah, we need to do that. Daniel Rodriguez says, did John talk about the Protraband Sons of Liberty Gunwix video, or is that going to be a next time thing? Guys, we were the first ones to talk about it. Like, we did that. We covered it on stream. No, we covered it on stream. We published the video, the clip of the video, right? And then Trench made his video after he saw ours. And then Protraband saw it. And keep in mind, I'm in a group chat with all these guys. So we're all working on it together, all right? But saw it here first. Okay, saw it here first. It's already up. It's already up on the second channel because Richard does a good job. So, all right. Todd Dogs for 2 says Colin Flaherty had the best vids on the knockout game. Are we talking about Jake Paul's knockout? Dude, we could watch the freaking Andrew Tate failing for like 4 rounds. Dude, he gassed so hard and just died for those last 4 rounds. Kind of embarrassing. All right, kind of embarrassing. To lose to an untrained fighter like that. A little rough. Thank you, Todd Dogs. And Jake going 6 rounds by double legging in a boxing match, going for single leg takedowns. Like, it's a bold strategy. It kind of worked. Lightsport for 2 says, get Sonny and his Tunny friend, or do you mean Tubby friend? See, it auto corrected their Lightsport, but you mean Josh. All right. He has a name. It's not Tubby. Okay. He has a name. Get Sonny and Tubby on. That would be fun. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try it. We'll make it fun. Thank you, Lightsport. Appreciate you very much, good sir. You guys have one. Well, actually, before you guys get out of here, Richard, what's going on with me?
Tomorrow, let's see what's coming up tomorrow. Video of the Bundeswehr picking out their new sidearm, the Vitiaz, and some other updates. So, if you guys would be so kind, the second channel is actually doing really good. I didn't realize that it was doing quite so well. So thank you all for that. I love you guys.
Yeah, well, actually, I missed a couple over on Ko-Fi, so let me grab that real fast. Lena Michelik's North Starfish for 3 says he was also placed in charge of the Battlefield franchise during the development of Battlefield 6. Oh, well, I've heard good things about Battlefield 6. I haven't personally played it, but I've heard good things about it. That's tragic. Lena Michelik's North Starfish says, rest in peace to Vince Zampella, founder of Infinity Ward and Respawn Entertainment. We owe Modern Warfare and Titanfall to him. He passed away after a car crash today. Thanks for the childhood memories, Vince. Yeah. Thanks for the good work you did. I pray for you and your family. But yeah, don't drive like an idiot. And, you win idiot prizes when you do that. And I know driving fast is fun. I drove fast a lot. Okay. The only thing on my record is driving too fast. Driving fast is really fun. Driving fun cars really fast is fun. But yeah, just it has consequences that you don't always want. Right? The consequences.
You know anybody who's
the
ever
juice
been
is not
pulled
worth
over
the
for
squeeze.
driving too slow?
It has happened, but I don't know.
My
Not known
dad is
specifically.
the only person that I know who's ever been pulled over for driving too slow twice.
Well, hey, speaking of too slow, we have Randy actually winning the Who Beats Trench. Who wins in a debate, Randy or Trench? Randy won. 51%, dude. Closing it now, okay?
I was pulling
Polly
for
B.
Randy.
You were pulling on Randy? Polly B for $20 says, Merry Christmas. Hope you're still gifting someone/people money. Your base Christian character is why I like your show so much and became a generous patron. Well, thank you very much for that, Paul. You are an insanely generous patron. And yes, we are giving away $500 tonight to people who need it. So write me a good sob story, okay? And please don't lie, okay? If I don't catch you, God will. All right. So he will separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. But we're going to give 5 people $100 to help them out during Christmas holidays, that sort of things. Because again, you guys have become so generous to the show, to this channel, to the clips, to everything else, guys, that I want to give back to you guys. And Merry Christmas. It's a good time to do that sort of thing. Barely watch this stream because I'm at home myself with family. Well, that is the best thing. Best thing that you can do this holiday season. Spend time with God, spend time with your family, go to church, go to a Christmas Eve service or something fun like that, divine liturgy, whatever it might be. Yeah, that's what the reason for the season. Dumb Daryl 5 says, get Uncle OG on the panel stream. Yeah, I can get Uncle OG on. He'd come on for sure. I think it's going to be Monday the 29th. So nobody should have anything going on. It's the Monday before New Year's. Should be a nice, boring night where we all get to hang out and do silly stuff together. Thank you very much for that. All right, now let me go ahead and link the Focus Clips channel in the chat. Also, I am going to
the Discord too.
Link the Focus Tracks. Well, I should do that because I uploaded another 4 songs to the Focus Tracks YouTube channel. Some bangers, if I do say so myself. Go ahead and check those out, and I'll have to pull up the Discord link because I don't have Discord on this laptop. Oh, you have it in private chat. Okay.
Yeah. I still can't post links from the Clips account in the live chat for whatever reason.
I have
do
no
not
idea
know why.
what's going on there. All right. Well, with all the way, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good night, gents. God bless. Christ is King.
I am the geek piping sandy cheeks, patty on the slab at the Krusty Krab flip, so the patties don't burn, so the crab isn't mad on the back of my spatula. Flip, so the patties don't burn, so the crab isn't mad on the back of my spatula. So the patties don't burn, so the crab isn't mad on the back of my spatula.